Live from the Fantasy Garage, Dustino!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the crew here. Oh, baby, we got a big week, number 12, ladies and gentlemen. Big thank you to Riley, Olivia, Cameron, introducing Dustino, welcoming you into the Fantasy Garage as we get ready for an incredible week, number 12 of the NFL. A huge weekend of football, all things sports. College basketball is ramping up. We'll get to a little college basketball. We got college football ramping up. I don't watch a ton of college football, but it is ramping up. And we are ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. Happy to have you. We got a special guest going to be joining us very soon here. Shortly, we do have a special guest. Will be joining us at exactly 7:15 tonight, right around there. So it's going to be a great show. Thank you for bearing with me as we came on a little bit later. Long day at work. I was on. If you watch my short videos here on the Pop Sports Network, you know that I was away. I was in San Antonio for a little while visiting my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Long day of travel yesterday. Listen, the work does not go away when you go on vacation. You know what it does? It piles up, folks. So hence the hard stuff here. Got a nice little margarita going. Get the weekend kicked off right. If you're just stopping by the channel, please make sure you like and subscribe. When you subscribe, after you've been in, I think it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you're able to get in the chat. So please get in the comments. We love you to be a part of the show. Very pivotal week of fantasy football, right? Week 12, 13, 14, 3 weeks left. And most leagues then go to their playoffs. We're coming off a huge week ourselves, won in a lot of leagues. We helped some guys with trades last week. All kinds of different things. So if you got fantasy questions, please, who's in, who's out? Should I make this trade? If you're in a dynasty fantasy football league or a keeper league, should I shut it down and rebuild? I think, you're coming to the point in the season where you got to look at yourself in the mirror and you got to say, hey, am I a contender or am I a pretender? And if you're a pretender, why would you not set yourself up for next week? Little bags on the eyes today. The Dustino had a long day, 4-hour delay on my flight home. So got home very late last night. Had to work all day. The work piled up. And obviously, we're not missing the show, though. We're a little bit late, but we're not missing the show because we got a huge Friday night and a huge weekend ahead. So it's going to be a great one. We are very, very happy to have you. And again, we got a bunch of eyeballs in here. Pop Sports Network is up to over 1,100 subscribers. We are on our way to 2,000, 3,000, unlimited with all the talent that we have on these shows and the guests that we bring in and bring to you. So, hey, we've sort of made a tradition the last few weeks of getting in on some action on a Friday night. There's been way more college basketball than there ever used to be on a Friday night. Friday night was a dead night for college hoops. Whatever reason, there's been a lot of games. You hear anything going by, we are in the Fantasy Garage, so we do have the garage doors open. Gorgeous night here in Tampa. So if you hear anybody or you hear a car revving by, that's why. If the mosquitoes get bad, hey, we shut the garage. Let us know in the chat what you're sipping on, too. I got margarita going tonight. Probably switch over to a high noon shortly, but got a margarita going. Like I said, the work doesn't go away. It piles up, so it was a heck of a day. All right, let's see what we got tonight. We'll recap last week. Then I'll bring on our guest, and we will attack this week's bets. Coming off, as you see there on the screen, 7-3 record last week, 45-30 on the season, and that's just sides and totals. Okay, the props. I should have started keeping track early. I know I'm doing well. I can't give you a distinct number, unfortunately. Now, college basketball has been off the charts too. I think like 5-1. I don't know if we lost one game with Blake the Rhino, and other than that, we've been hitting everything. We hit 2 again on Wednesday night. We hit last night. We went 2-1. So back-to-back 2-1 nights. We're on fire, and let's just have fun. But it's all because of the interaction that we have here as a group. All right, let's attack tonight real quick. I know there's college football. Again, college football, not my forte, but we've done pretty well. Just missed last night for 3-0. Oh, at the 1-yard line, we got a big friend of the program, a guy named Rob, who's a huge fan of the program. He's in all the time. He's always in the chats. He's always interacting. He's always logged in and looking at our picks, letting us know he's making plays. He parlayed all the picks. So unfortunately, that's a loss. Here's my thoughts on parlays. I'm not a huge fan. I don't do it often. It's hard enough to win one game. And many, many, many years ago, a guy told me that, Vegas builds towers and hotels and extra rooms on parlays. So that's just me. If you want to have fun, you could do what you want. You could do your own little sprinkling. It's hard enough to win one game, folks. And then here's the other thing, right? You have a night like I had last night where you go 2-1, which is good. It's hard. Going 2-1 is not easy, right? Thought out. You work. No, I should say work, but I grinded some numbers and really looked at some different things and some options. And then what happens is you go 2-1, but you parlay it, you lose. Just take the winnings. Just take the winnings. Don't double down on 12 or, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean, folks. Take the winnings. That's my thought. You want to sprinkle parlays here too, but I would definitely take the games individual because you go 2-1, you want to win. You don't want to have a losing night when you go 2-1. So, all right, college football. Here's what I got. We got Florida State, NC State, 58.5, Hawaii, UNLV, NC State and Florida State. Florida State is -6.5 on the road. Like I said, I don't follow a ton of college football. They've been very bad. I know they're talking about getting rid of the coach, and it's just not your normal Florida State. So not very good. Not what you want to see out of a Florida State team. So having them be a road favorite when I know they're not a great team. Over under. I don't know what the weather is. Weather's nice here in Florida. I can only imagine in Raleigh it's probably pretty good. Then you got Hawaii and UNLV. UNLV -2.5 at home against Hawaii, getting 2.5, 64.5 high total. Let me just take a quick peek at these teams. Again, college football not my thing, but we're going to take a look anyway. Let's see here. Okay, so Florida State's 5-5, NC State's 5-5. Why the heck are they giving them 5.5 points? 6.5 points. Seems a little fishy to me, although Radford was kind of fishy earlier this week, as you guys saw. NC State got blown out at Miami. They beat Georgia Tech, though. Georgia Tech was 8th in the country, and they beat them at home. All right, so here we go. Let's see. NC State is at home. Let's see how they did at home this year. They're 5-5. Beat Georgia Tech. Beat Campbell. Whoop-de-doo. Lost to Virginia Tech by 2. Beat Virginia by 4. Beat East Carolina. So they are, by my count, 4-1 at home. Okay? And the one loss was by 2 points. On the road, they've got a decent win at Wake Forest. Lost to Duke by a little bit. Got blown out by Notre Dame. Kind of got blown out by Pitt. Scored a lot of points, though. Whew, this is a tough one. Let's take a look at Florida State here. Florida State schedule. No, they're bad. Beat Virginia Tech at home by 20 on Saturday, so only 6 days rest. Ooh, let's see the rest for NC State. It's NC State also on 6 days rest. Let's take a quick peek. Also on 6 days rest. Also on 6, so no advantage there. That's an advantage I like to play, especially with college kids. The pros maybe not so much, but these college kids, they are human beings. All right, at Clemson, lost by 14. At Stanford, lost by 7. At Virginia, lost by 8. Remember, that's a team that NC State beat, so common opponent. They lost to Pitt at home by 3. Obviously, NC State lost to Pitt on the road. And they beat Alabama first week of the year. I think that's when everybody got real fired up. I don't know. I don't have a big feel on this game. I got a feeling that this is just one of those Super Bowl type games, standalone game on a Friday night. My lean is NC State plus the 6.5. I just think obviously 4-1 at home. I like that. I like the fact that they're in a standalone game at home. How checked in are some of these Florida State kids if they got a real good hunch that their coach is gone? Okay, these are kids, not professionals, right? If they know somebody's going to be gone, what am I listening to this guy for? Why am I running the extra lap or doing that extra repetition if I got this coach that's not going to be the coach anymore and I'm going to the transfer portal and blah, blah, blah. So there you have it. I think I just talked myself into it. I think I talked myself into an NC State play. Put a little bit. We're going NC State plus 6.5. There's an official Friday night play, so we can watch this unfold. NC State plus 6.5. I talked myself into it. You got something, you got a nugget that I don't know about that you want to add? You think could add something to it? Please put it in the comment section. I'll see it. We'll put it up. we'll discuss. Once again, we do have a guest joining us shortly. Hopefully, although I'm looking in my little green room here that we have on the channel, and I don't see his devices connected. So I don't know if he has his microphone and his video up. So our special guest, Richie Yamaguchi, if he can look into getting his microphone and camera working, that would be great. All right, we're going to take another quick peek at Hawaii, a late night game, the get right game, right? You always had that late night game. If you were down or you're up, you wanted to double down. If you're down, you want to get back to even. Two good teams, 8-2. I wouldn't have guessed that. 8-2 and 7-3. UNLV, 6 days of rest. Take a quick peek at Hawaii. Ooh, little something. 13 days of rest for Hawaii. So there's a little extra week of rest. UNLV at home. How are they at home? They beat Utah State in double overtime. Oh, so I think we might have a play. I got something brewing. I got 13 days of rest, right? Versus 6. Not only 6 days of rest, but double overtime to beat Utah State. Now, they did win the game, 29-26. Took them double overtime, though, to win that game. All right, let's see. We got common opponents. They did lose at home to New Mexico by 5. They beat Colorado State. They also lost at Boise by 25. Lost at Wyoming. They beat UCLA. There's a nice win against UCLA. Nothing else really stands out. Kind of teams they should beat. Let's see what Hawaii's got going. Again, we got the 13 days rest. They're coming off a win against big win against San Diego State. Beat San Diego State by 32 at home. What did UNLV do against San Diego State? UNLV has not played San Diego State. They play them. They don't play them. So not a common opponent. So I apologize on that one. No common opponent there. Let's see. Hawaii lost to Fresno. On the road, they lost to Arizona. They beat Stanford. Stanford beat UNLV. I like Hawaii. If I was taking it, I would play Hawaii. But I don't see an official play there. Our official play is NC State. I lean Hawaii. If you can get it at 3 at any point, like if at any point it changes and goes to 3, let's do it. But right now, with it being at 2.5, don't love it. It is 2.5 minus 115, so it's leaning towards possibly going to 3. You know, people love betting the home team, so maybe that's something that happens. All right, and then real quick basketball. I did see a game that I kind of liked. I might have missed the tip-off, to be honest with you, because we came on a little late. Like I said, hectic day. Let's see. I was looking at Radford. We were going to the Radford Rhinos. That game's already tipped off. We missed that one. Wake Forest and Memphis. Oh, that's one I like. Okay, that's one I like. Now, this is tricky because you're going to have live betting for this one. I watched Wake Forest play against Michigan, and they lost in overtime. Wake Forest impressed the heck out of me. That's a team. I watched that game. They had athletes all over the place. They looked excellent. Love that. Now, you're going to have live betting to get it, which not everybody has access to that. We do down in Florida. Right now, Wake Forest, the game just started. Wake Forest is minus 2.5 in basketball. I'm taking it. I just literally just clicked it and took it. So that's what I got there. The rest of the college basketball slate is kind of no-name teams. There's no great game. Georgia, Xavier. I'd lean Xavier plus 10.5. But I'm just going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with that live bet. So we got Wake Forest live, minus 2.5, and we got NC State plus 6.5. Okay, now, before we get our guest on, if we can get our guest on, hopefully he can figure out how to get his microphone and his camera working. If he can, that would be amazing. He's got to connect his mic and his cam, and then we'll get him in there. Now, recap, 7-3 last week. Amazing. Went 4-1 on the props, went 3-2 on the sides. Just quick recap once again, and you guys are gonna love this later on. Darnell Mooney, our only loss in the props. Darnell Mooney was our only loss in the props, and he could have got there once again a ton of targets. Drake London got banged up. They were trailing. I think we got Richie Yamaguchi in, so we'll get him in a second after we finish this little recap. So we were 7-3. We missed Darnell Mooney getting to 50 yards, but then we caught hot fire. And I preached it on my shorts all week to you guys to get on the show with us, because the lines that we see, and I'm not moving the lines, but I think as time gets closer, that's when people start betting those and the lines go up. So we've nailed it. Everything we took last week was lines going up on us. The lines went up on us like crazy. So what we had first, we had Jahmyr Gibbs. Wait, was that Jahmyr Gibbs week? No, I don't know if that was Jahmyr Gibbs week. Hang on. All right, we lost. We lost with what's his name? We lost with Mooney again for the 4th week in a row. Now, here's our wins. Dolphins. We told you Dolphins first team to score. Boom, they nailed it. So Dolphins hit there. We told you Bijan Robinson over 72, 73.5 rushing yards. Boom, we nailed it. He got to 104. So we nailed that one. Bears Vikings, we did not have any props. Packers Giants, we did not have any props. Bengals Steelers, we did not have any props. Let's see, Texans Titans, nothing. Trying to remember where all our props were, but they were big name players. We went in on the big name players. What else did we have? Goodness gracious, I should have had it written down here. I know that we had. Was it not? No, it was not Jahmyr Gibbs. We did not go. Oh, we went Saquon Barkley. We had Saquon Barkley over the receiving yards. Oh, and Trey McBride over, and Brock Bowers over. Now the funny one is, again, all those lines changed against us. The Brock Bowers one was the big one where you would have gotten screwed, because Brock Bowers, when we gave it out with Jay Joseph on here last week, it was 70.5 receiving yards. When I did my little recap for Sunday morning, my Cliff's Notes, where I kind of shrunk everything down and give you the a recap of the show and the 10 plays that we had, it was at 72.5. Well, wouldn't you know, he finished at 72. So if you bet it on Sunday, unfortunately, you got that as a loss. Same thing with Trey McBride. McBride was 73.5 on the show. He went to 79.5 when it was kickoff. So these numbers keep changing. We're going to have our special guest, Richie Rotante, on to join us. And when he joins us, it looks like I just lost him again. It looked like he was in here, but it looks like I lost him. He's saying the internet is a little shaky. Should be fine. All right, he entered the studio. Let's see if we can get him in here as we go over week number 12. Once again, if you're just joining, please comment in the chat. Haven't had any comments yet. Come on, guys. You agree? You disagree? You like my plays? You don't like my plays? We got NC State plus 6.5. And we got a live bet on Wake Forest minus 2.5. There's our Friday night plays. Nighttime's the right time. Let us know. If you're out and about, you're sipping on something, let us know what you're sipping. As we get ready for week 12, and we bring in our special guest, Richie Rotante, a.k.a. Richie Yamaguchi. He's on here. Richie, we can hear you. How the hell are you, my friend?
Could you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man.
Did you hear me, sir? Kind sir.
Yes.
Kind sir.
I can hear you now. I can hear you. How you doing, buddy? Doing all right? Is the internet going in and out?
Oh, it's going in and out a little bit. Hold on.
If you'd like, you could try coming out and setting up in the garage out in the I got a chair and everything out here if your laptop is charged. But yeah, you are kind of going in and out. How do I see, this is I'm learning here about how to do this stuff.
Should I go out there?
Yeah, if you keep breaking up, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, why don't you come out here? I got a nice table and chair. Richie actually is a neighbor. He did come over to the house, but apparently he's having some trouble with the internet this week. Knock on wood, my internet's been golden. Trying to find out why it doesn't have our names up here. Usually it shows our names. Let me see. Show display names. Maybe if I hide this thing. Sorry, folks. Like I said, I'm a one-man band here. The Pop Sports Network at 1,100 subs. How do let's hide it. There we go. Now we got our names up there. Yeah, see if you want. See if it works over there, man. But anyhow, we're going to hop in the action. If we can get Richie to join.
Should I just sit?
It's kind of hard when you're just sitting here. Will your computer not work?
It's going in and out.
See if it'll work on here. Maybe the internet's just bad out there. You got time. Just see if the internet's bad in there. You should be okay. It's just hard for us to get in on the screen because I have to sit kind of close. I mean, we can if we need to. No, I don't mind, but we can if we need to. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, so we'll see if we get Richie back. I apologize about that. A little technical difficulties. All right, Thursday Night Football recap. Hey, we nailed it. We went 2-1 on Thursday Night Football. We nailed Dalton Kincaid over 2.5 catches, and we nailed the Houston Texas plus 3.5 first half. That was a wild one. It was very close and low scoring, and then the second quarter kind of went nuts. You had the kick return, you had interceptions. Yeah, you had all kinds of crazy stuff go on in that Bills-Texans game. But we hit both. We went 2-0 on those games. So there's your little recap, and we gave you the recap. As far as the bets from last week, the sides that we took, we lost the Vikings against the Bears. Let's see, what else did we lose? We lost the Bengals. There's our losses. And then we nailed a couple of games. We nailed Seahawks Rams under. That was my favorite play of the whole weekend. We nailed the 49ers. And then we nailed, what was the other one we nailed? Was it Denver Broncos? I think it was the Denver Broncos. Anyhow, we went 3-2. We had a very, very good week. And we hope to keep that going. Or was it Monday night? Who was the Monday night game? Was that Cowboys Raiders? Yeah, no, I didn't have a play on the Monday night game. All right, so now we go on to week number 12 in the NFL. We'll see if Richie can get back in here. If not, I think he'll get back in. All right, first game of the week. Jets at the Ravens. Ravens are favored by 13.5. Ravens trying like heck and doing so pretty successfully with Lamar Jackson back. They're looking like a good team to get in the playoffs. They're the team nobody wants to face. You don't want to face the Ravens if you're getting in the playoffs because they are getting hot at the right time. They are really, really getting hot at the right time, and their schedule is getting very favorable, right? They get the Browns. Now they get the Jets at home with Tyrod Taylor. So as far as injuries and fantasy stuff are concerned, you have no Garrett Wilson for the Jets. You've got Tyrod Taylor taking over for Justin Fields. Why? I have no idea. If you're the Jets, what on earth are you doing? Is Tyrod Taylor going to be some sort of savior? And what do you care if you win games? Let's be honest. I know Herm Edwards said you play to win the game. What do the Jets really care if they win? So why would you not want to keep giving Justin Fields game reps unless they've clearly pulled the plug on him? And they're going to find a way to get out of that contract, or they're just going to make him a backup next year. That's the only things I could think of, is that they're going to make him a backup next year. Hey, it looks like we might have Richie in here.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Break it up a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you. You break it up a little bit, but I hear you.
Say something.
Hello.
Yeah, you're still dragging.
All
right. So why don't we do this?
I'm going to exit.
Yeah, exit out of there.
Couple
Pull a chair over here. We'll chat in front of the screen. That's totally fine. It's not a big deal. I'll make it full screen if I can. There's got to be a way I can make this full screen, I think. Sorry. Learning here on the fly. I think I can make it full screen. Well, and if I can't, then I can't. It is what it is. Let's see. I thought I could make it full screen. Let's see. Yeah, let's just switches that. All right, we'll make it work. We got Richie Ratante from the neighborhood in here. We'll back that up so we can fit more of us on the screen. I thought I could go full screen. For some reason, it's not allowing me to go full screen. We got majority of the screen in here, but we got Richie Yamaguchi here joining us. Let me see. Maybe it's the style. Let me see. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we got the full screen.
Howdy ho, Winslow.
I figured it out. We've got RJ, Richie Yamaguchi, our Dynasty Fantasy Football expert in here, and we're going through the game. So first game up here, let me just finish the injury news and notes. On the Jet side of the ball, that's it, really. The big news is that Tyrod Taylor's in and that Garrett Wilson is out. He's on IR. He cannot come back for a couple more weeks. You really don't feel good about playing any Jet other than Breece Hall. Derrick Henry's on the other side of the ball. You want to play Breece Hall, that's it. Any of those receivers, good luck. Josh Reynolds, Adonai Mitchell, John Menchie, you got to be really desperate to play any of those guys. So those Mason Taylor, the tight end's interesting. And I think if you're looking at the pass catchers
Depends on your team's at, though, how desperate.
Well, yeah, you got to be desperate. I mean, tight ends, I've talked about this on multiple shows, Richie. If you don't have McBride or Bowers, Laporta was there to a point, Kittle.
There is a resurgence of the tight end position the last couple of weeks, though.
Yes.
The receiving numbers are way down right now.
Oh, receiving numbers. I saw a stat the other day that last week and 2 weeks prior are two of the lowest scoring weeks for receivers fantasy football wise in a decade. So it is the resurgence of the running back. And I think the main.
They're saying the tight ends are getting a lot more.
Tight ends are, but good luck picking them.
Oh,
That's been my whole point.
Yeah.
Is these random guys pop up with a big game that nobody had in their lineup.
It's really only been
it's crapshoot.
only been the last 4 weeks. I mean, it's not true for the whole season. It's more like a
Mark Andrews will randomly catch a pair of touchdowns. You name it. It's literally, if I have Kittle, Bowers, McBride, I guess Gadsden. Other than that, who do you feel super confident that you put in? You go, oh, this guy's going to get me 12, 15 points. There's nobody that you're super confident. TJ Hawkinson has fallen off the planet.
Unless it's tight end premium. You're not going to be confident.
Right. But my whole point has been if I don't have one of those top-notch guys, this Mason Taylor could catch 6 balls for 65 yards this week. I wouldn't be surprised. Somebody's got to catch the ball there. Now, what I will say, Tyrod Taylor is not the future, right? Tyrod, and with Tucker Kraft gone, absolutely. So Tyrod Taylor is not the future. However, just like Jacoby Brissett, he may be better for the Jets fantasy-wise than Fields was. Right, Fields is good for himself, fantasy. Runs around, he'll scramble, he might get a rushing touchdown. He's not a distributor of the ball. Tyrod runs, but he's not Justin Fields. He's not Kyler Murray. He might actually unlock a couple of those guys.
He hasn't been good this year.
No, Fields has been lousy.
He's been terrible.
But I think Tyrod could unlock, and it remains to be seen which receiver he's going to lock in on. Like Jacoby Brissett has just had tunnel vision for Trey McBride.
Why don't we look at who Tyrod was targeting in Buffalo, like when he was like the starter? Could we find it?
There you go, man. Grab your phone.
Yeah.
Hey, we're a one-man. We don't have a research team like ESPN. You're more than welcome to look. I mean, you could look at his other start. I mean, what game did he start this year? Didn't he start a game in Fields' absence?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could see now.
It wasn't a good game.
It probably was Garrett Wilson, who's not playing. So it might be. It may be a moot point. My whole point, though, is that Taylor. So here's what we'll look at. This will be a great one because the other day when Justin Fields played, his over/under on passing yards was like 125 and a half. So let's see what Tyrod's is, right? It was against the Browns, I think. It was 125 and a half. That's absurd. That is absurdly low. I mean, and I think he hit the number, or no, he didn't hit the number. Like 50 of his yards came to Breece Hall. I want to see something very quickly. This will be interesting. This will kind of tell us. And listen, Vegas knows what they're doing. So look, Tyrod Taylor now, right? New quarterback, same team. Actually, worse weapons because Garrett Wilson's out.
I got no internet.
187 and a half is Tyrod Taylor's passing number. So they expect Tyrod Taylor to throw for 60 more yards than Justin Fields was projected for. So clearly that's going to help the receivers. Now, which receiver? I don't know. Typically quarterbacks that aren't strong-armed love to throw the deep ball, which Tyrod does not. That's good for the tight end. So Mason Taylor is a sneaky play. Now, on the Ravens side of the ball, you're firing up the usual suspects. Lamar Jackson coming off a terrible week. I expect a big bounce back from Lamar. I suspect he's still not 100% healthy because he's not nearly running what he was. If we look at his rushing numbers from last week, I know that he did not run for a ton of yardage.
Dynasty, I like Zay.
Yeah, Flowers hits all those metrics, right?
I think he does.
There's a lot of metrics that like some of these people that I follow or listen to talk about he's open and this and that. My whole thing is because of his size, he's not a real end zone threat.
I'm talking about plug and play.
Oh, he's fine, but I think he has a cap ceiling.
Yeah, he's capped.
He could be a wide receiver too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't know that he ever has that wide receiver one just because of the offense. They like to run. And number two, he's just not an end zone threat. Lamar last week only ran for 10 yards. So I suspect maybe he's still a little gimpy. Coming back that injury, Zay Flowers had 3 for 78. Again, nothing really to write home of. So, obviously the Ravens do not.
Andrews had the little sneaky touchdown.
Who's that?
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Andrews is a touch. Again,
he had the he had 2. He had the fake tush push.
Oh, he had a run in? I didn't see that.
The fake tush push.
No, I missed it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, 35 yards. So Andrews had a touchdown. He didn't have 2. He only had 1. He didn't catch one.
Oh yeah.
No. But again, you're hoping. I mean, listen, if you don't have one of those top 4 guys that we talked about or 5 guys, sure, play Andrews. Now, Game script wise, this doesn't set up for great because the Ravens don't care about our fantasy teams, right? They could care less. They want to win ball games, and they're a huge favorite against the Jets. Now, if you got Derrick Henry, fire him up, right? This is when Derrick Henry over the years has gone to work, okay? When it gets cold, when other teams might be a little injured, when other teams might say, am I really playing for anything? We're 2-11 or we're 2-10. Do I want to tackle this freaking monster that's charging at me? And that's when Derrick Henry usually goes buck wild. So that brings to a point. And we'll ask this question to our dynasty expert. And we know not all of you here play dynasty, but you could think of it as a keeper league as well. Derrick Henry is 31 years old running back, right? He's still a monster. He's a freak of nature. But if you're a contending team and you can find him on a team that maybe not making the playoffs, are you giving up a 26 first for him to make that push if you got injuries?
Yeah.
I think
yes,
absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, you're going to get one more really, really good year, and then you're going to probably get like an okay year, and then it's going to kind of fade, I think. But I mean, he is a big boy, and he can handle the hits. He can handle the load.
And it's that time of year.
He doesn't rely on agility. He doesn't rely on any of that.
And let's take a quick peek, folks. Ready for this one? Home against the Jets, where they're a 13.5-point favorite. He just got 26 carries last week. How many carries do you think he's got? He's going to get absolutely
32,
fed.
32.
Home against Cincinnati and that pathetic defense next week. Okay? Home against the Steelers. Okay, you could argue it, but it's the Steelers. At Cincinnati. So he's got 2 games in his next 4 against the Bengals, who are terrible. If you are a competing team, you're 7-5. What are we? Week 11. You're 7-4. You're 8-3. You're 6-5 even, but you think you're going to make the playoffs? Derrick Henry, screw it. Go for it. Now, if this were a 27 first, I might hold off. I've been doing some research a little bit. Certainly not like I do in the offseason. This 26 class is not – they're saying it's – last year was a down year, and they're saying this is much worse than last year. They think it's very top-heavy. Maybe the top 5 or 6 picks is all you want. Pick 7 down. There'll always be guys that pop up. But right now, it does not sound like the 26 class is anything to write home about. So you want to win a championship here, folks. You play to win the game. Let's get Derrick Henry in Dynasty. I think it's a no-brainer. Contender. And if you can get him for less than a first, you can give up a couple of seconds. Contender. You can give up a random young guy.
Nobody's going to do a couple of seconds, but
maybe a couple seconds and a young dart throw.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I'm a crappy team.
Coleman or something.
Coleman's way out of favor. That's 2. I don't know if you know, 2 weeks in a row, he's been inactive. They haven't even played him. So 2 weeks in a row, inactive for Keon. So he's fallen out of favor with that coaching staff. He's still a talented guy, but they don't like him. A Bashal 2 in a second, kind of a speculative guy, a Sean Tucker in a second, or
maybe another running back.
Yeah, if you're a rebuilder, you're not making the playoffs. You trade Henry all day. I mean, what are you doing holding on to him?
I mean, there's plenty of people in our league.
Yeah,
you guys listening?
I don't understand why you'd hold on to guys like that.
I don't know.
That makes no sense. You take what you can get. I'm right now currently shopping Michael Pittman, and Michael Pittman's got more years in him than Derrick Henry. Right now,
Pittman is very touchdown dependent in a down receiver year. Right now,
right,
it's a little down,
but he's already at his career high in touchdowns, and he's finally with a quarterback that really seems to have eyes for him. So
DJ, you get a little crush on him.
Well, yeah, I think Daniel Jones knows where his bread, and he's a big body receiver. He's 6'4",
I know.
easy to find. He's always been underrated. Everyone has known that Michael Pittman's underrated. He just never has had any quarterback play. And here's the thing: he plays in a dome. He plays in the AFC South. So down the stretch, he's going to be in good weather, right? He's going to be either in his dome, or he's going to be in Houston, or he's going to be in Jacksonville, or who's the other team, or Tennessee. Yep. So he's not going to be in bad weather games. That's what's always scary in the playoffs. And I don't think people look at that enough in fantasy football. Oh, crap. Yeah, I've got whatever. Name the player. The domes are huge down the stretch. Huge down the stretch. I mean, look at the Eagles-Lions game. Those are two teams loaded with talent.
If they don't look at weather, but it's so important. It's so important.
Well, throughout the entirety of the year, it isn't that much.
Guy knows. He knows the weather better than anyone.
Hey, I have to look at the weather every single day. As a golf pro, we're part psychiatrist, we're part weatherman. We're all that. We're the whole nine. But I have to check on the weather. But just down the stretch, right? What do you want to start planning for? The playoffs, the fantasy playoffs, right? If I got Jared Goff at home and Amon Ra and all those guys on the fast track, hello, look what they just did in Philly with a little bit of cold and wind. That game was a dud fantasy, and it's just studs everywhere. Studs as far as the eye can see, but it was a dud for fantasy. The elements are a big part of the game. As far as betting this game, I got nothing really. Injury-wise, Rashad Bateman's out. He's not really on your fantasy radar anyway. You got Derrick Henry. Obviously, you fire him up. Zay Flowers good. Andrews and likely if you really want to play him. I don't see any other pass catchers for the Ravens game. So this is not a game like if you play DraftKings, right? You do fantasy lineups. The only guy I really want, maybe Lamar, maybe Henry, right? In those things. All right. We got an awesome game here. Maybe the game of the week. The Colts are at the Chiefs. Colts coming off a bye. Chiefs 5-5. A lot of people think the dynasty may be over for the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't agree with it yet, but this game will go a long way. Chiefs right now kind of on the outside looking into the playoffs. Let me go over the injury stuff before we ask Richie what he thinks of any of the players or whatever. Colts side of the ball, you got nothing really injury-wise. Downs is healthy. Tyler Warren's healthy. Jonathan Taylor, so they're all healthy. Daniel Jones did pop up on the injury report yesterday with a calf thing, but I just saw today that he is going to play, so no problem with any of the Colts. And they're coming off a bye week, so nice and healthy. Everybody coming off a bye. Kansas City side of the ball, Xavier Worthy popped up. Talk about disappointing dynasty players. Ooh. And I love Xavier Worthy, but he has been very disappointing. He is questionable.
I didn't think he would be this bad.
Yeah.
I
thought the
speed. I thought he'd be okay.
I think Mahomes early in his career was known as this deep ball guy to Tyreek Hill. And his deep ball has not been great the last couple of years.
He's got no legs.
Yeah.
He's got the hyperextended knees.
All right, so I'll give you a funny
story. He's lumping around.
So I'll give you a little bit of a story here, okay?
I called it. Did I not call it?
I'll give you credit. Let me give you your credit. When the show Quarterback was out, right? Followed Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota. I forget what it was, but Richie was at the house. We put on the show. I said, hey, have you seen the show? No, I haven't seen the show. I go, it's pretty good, man, blah, blah, blah. And Richie being a personal trainer, there was a big portion where they showed Mahomes and his personal trainer doing all sorts of workout. And Richie goes, uh-oh. I said, uh-oh, what? I don't like it. I don't like what he's doing. He studies the body. One of his other guys, we'll get to him later, is DK Metcalf that he doesn't like long-term. Doesn't like what he does to his body. He actually doesn't really like Amon-Ra St. Brown. He thinks he lifts too much weight. But what did you see in Mahomes that you think he may not have that career into his 40s like Joe Flacco or like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
Well, you have a system that's hyperextended, a skeletal system, right? So from his lumbar spine down to his feet, you're just seeing hyperextension, right? Especially his knees. Bad at his knees. And that's just telling us that there's compression all down his pelvis, all down his body. And it's just not gonna. It's gonna get ugly. The mobility is not gonna be there much longer. And then once the mobility goes in the hips, it's gonna go in the shoulders, and it's just gonna goes up the chain, right? That's what I'm seeing. Not that he can't change his game a little and maybe make.
And he's what, 29?
Yeah, maybe he makes adjustments or something. I don't know, but it looks like a downward spiral for me. Like that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you just don't like, maybe as he gets older, injuries start creeping up quicker than some other guys.
I mean, those knees are gonna go like in hips. It don't look good.
Yeah, and that's something to think about. I mean, listen, we are spoiled, right? We're very spoiled by Tom Brady, spoiled by Aaron Rodgers to a point, and some of these other guys. Matthew Stafford right now playing well into his age, but there's a big drop off typically when guys start getting in their 30s. So it's something to think about.
Brady didn't quite rely on his mobility.
Yeah, he was much more accuracy based.
Yeah, like Mahomes does. He kind of finds his way out of jams and stuff. Brady was like 3-step back dart thrower. Mm-hmm. So it's a different game. If Mahomes could figure that out, which maybe he could, maybe he'll be okay. But his game right now isn't going to last long, in my opinion.
Yeah.
People could be maybe someone's laughing at me later on.
No, something to think about, man. You're obviously that's what you're an expert at, right? So if I saw a golfer, a Tiger Woods who bulked up, right, and everybody's
got his trainer telling him all this bullshit that's not true.
Mm-hmm. That's your expertise. So you're in there and you know it. Now, I will say something that I did see. And remember, if you're in the chat here, make sure you send some comments. Let us know. You agree? You disagree? You think Mahomes is just that good of an athlete? He's going to be fine. And we're not saying Mahomes is bad. Just some worries about how he's going to age, and that's what you have to think about in dynasty, right? So dynasty fantasy football, that could be one where you're. I would think you're a contender if you have Mahomes, but maybe you're not, and you get a sweetheart offer. Maybe that's not a bad one where you take on a younger quarterback.
I think they might have to start paying receivers, is what I'm saying too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be like, oh yeah, let's just put anyone around Mahomes and throw it to them, and we don't have to pay anyone. They might have to pay a good route guy for Mahomes to last longer. You know what I mean?
Well, they've got Rashi. I don't know what his contract is. He's got to be under contract for a couple more years.
They might have to pay him.
Yeah.
Or they might have to get someone else.
Yeah, they've sort of thought, kind of like almost like the Patriots to a point. Yeah. Our system is really good.
To turn into less.
Correct. And Mahomes is already 30. He's 30.2 years old. So let me ask you this. Just a little would you rather? Would you rather Patrick Mahomes in Dynasty or Justin Herbert? Herbert's 27 and a half, so he's about 2.5 years younger.
Herbert's biomechanics look a lot better to me.
How about Mahomes or Jalen Hurts? Oh, another 27-year-old versus a 30-year-old.
You know what? I don't like. I don't know if the tush push is even going to be around in 2 years. That's the question. If you believe in the tush push being around, Jalen Hurts. That's what I'll say. If you don't, I'm going to go Mahomes.
I think tush push is gone.
If it's gone, then you got to go Mahomes.
I think what they're going to lean on is they're going to lean on the fact
because he gets. Does he have 16 touchdowns?
Yeah, they're going to lean on the fact that the refs can't officiate it right. It's not a football play. So I think it's gone.
So Jalen Hurts is going.
And I call it the Bush push because Bush league.
I would sell Jalen Hurts.
Okay, there you go. You got it. All right. Yeah. Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes, another guy. Ooh. Only a year apart, but another guy getting in now. Now you're talking about Mahomes.
It's more of a contract.
You're saying all this Mahomes stuff.
This is more of like a being frail. He looks like Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone.
Now here's the thing. We could talk about Mahomes.
I love Burrow.
The guy's missed no games.
I don't think I know.
He may have gotten banged up, but he does not miss games. I'm taking Mahomes there. Let me put it to you this way. If it's a 4-point passing touchdown lead,
I'm taking Mahomes.
I'm taking Mahomes. If it's 6, I'd have the conversation.
I'm warning people who view Mahomes as like QB1.
Yeah. And he hasn't been that for, he has not been that.
Yeah, or some people QB3 or whatever,
Yeah, Mahomes' last handful of years, he has actually slipped a little bit from a production standpoint. Let me see here. Because I have Mahomes, I did a handful of startups.
If he changes his game, though, if he turns into a 3-step drop guy, I mean that's okay. I'm with him.
Yeah.
But if they make him still rely on this,
I know I have like 3 Mahomes shares. How come I can't find them?
I don't know if he could do it.
There we go. Here's Mahomes. All right, his last handful of years. Let's see. He's quarterback 3 currently. He was quarterback 11 and quarterback 8 the last 3 years. He did have a 1 in 2022 and then fourth, stuff like that. I mean, the guy's great. The guy's solid. But and here's a good one. Let's go with everybody's favorite, including mine. Would you rather have Jackson Dart or Patrick Mahomes right now? And I think that's probably more of a competing thing. Mahomes, even long term. You're a playout. You're a team that's about
Jackson Dart looks amazing, movement wise, absolutely amazing. He looks like the quarterback you want, but he plays like an idiot, and so do a lot of the Giants.
But won't he learn? Do you think there's any learning?
I think he loves it.
Now, Mahomes likes some contact too. He took him a little while to learn how to slide. Okay, you're 3-8, and somebody offers you 7-4 team offers you Mahomes and a second-round pick, and he offers you Mahomes, you get Dart and a second-round pick. You're the 3 and 18.
Well, I'm going to still take Mahomes because I think I could trade him for more than Dart right now.
There you go. There
There's
you
a lot
have
of
it.
people love Mahomes.
I love Dart because I just think Dart is made for fantasy, and he
Where
looks
is he?
good.
Where is
I
he?
know.
Oh, he's right here.
They have MSQB9. Yep, they have right now on Keep Trade Cut, which is a dynasty site.
I mean,
that ranks
I
players.
love Dart. I think I could trade for Mahomes or more. That's what I'm saying. So
to
I think I'm going against.
I think to the right team. I think it's going to be very team dependent. I think if I'm a 3 and 8 team, and maybe I'm a year or two away, I might take Dart in a second or Dart in a first.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. All right, let's get back to the games. Most of the people came here for betting stuff, but we will. We got sidetracked, right? We get on these conversations, and that's how we end up at a 3-hour show. But anywho, I saw a great one, right? I listen to these podcasts. Again, I told you guys many times, I take all the information I got, put it here, and then we see if we like it. Okay, when KC has won the coin flip this year, and we used this last week to get the Dolphins to be the first team to score, they have deferred every single time. So they defer the kickoff every time. The Colts have won the coin flip 5 times. They've taken the ball 3, and they've deferred twice. So there's a very good chance, 75% chance, the Colts are going to get the ball first. What do we think about Colts to score first in this ballgame with that high-powered offense that we all know? Remember that in the very beginning of the year, they had that crazy streak where they didn't even punt, right? They almost had no punts. Do we like the Colts to score first if we're pretty, 70, 75% sure that they're going to get the ball first?
That is a good game.
It's going to be a great game. And I can tell you right now, I'm leaning Colts. The Colts are healthier. The Colts are off a bye.
JT.
Even when the Chiefs are playing well, they are not blowing people up. They tend to win those close games where they get the ball at the end, they get the field goal, and you lose by 3, and we're getting 3.5. I'm going to double check the line because sometimes these lines change as we're looking at them. So let's double check this line. Hang on one second here. All right, let's see what this line is at. It's 3 now. So disregard that 3.5. It is now 3, and it's 50 over under. I did look at the weather. The weather's going to be 65 degrees and perfect. So we bet against Daniel Jones a couple of times when he's been on the road, specifically against the Steelers. But with good weather, I don't mind Daniel Jones. If it's in the 30s or it's 40s and windy, I don't love Daniel Jones, but I don't mind him with this weather. So I'm leaning toward the Colts. Let's see if we can find the game special first team to score. I don't know if it's up yet. Sometimes these things.
What's your pen?
Yep. I just shared it with you. So it should show up. Let's see.
Oh, you're on it, man.
Popular. Team to score first is not up. So you know what? Stay tuned to that one. That may be one that I throw you guys in a little short video. Maybe on Sunday morning, maybe on Saturday afternoon. I'll keep an eye on that one. But right now it is not available. So I don't have first team to score on here yet. But that's, like I said, that's one that we'll keep an eye on. All right, we got to get moving here. We're only through two games. All right, Steelers and the Bears. Steelers side of the ball. Let's see what the latest update is on Aaron Rodgers. I think he's 50-50. I think he's a true 50-50. Let's see. Rodgers. Mosquitoes are starting to get in, man. I'm about to close the garage. Yeah, you want to close it up?
Yeah.
All right, limited practice on Friday. He's still questionable. He's going to be a coin flip. He's going to be a total coin flip. At Chicago, let's see. Jalen Warren is playing. Kenny Gainwell's playing. DK Metcalf's playing. But honestly, for the Steelers, they've been kind of a dud team for fantasy, right? It's DK Metcalf. It's Jalen Warren. Gainwell went nuts, had that big game. So maybe Gainwell, because the Bears' defense is terrible. I don't care what people want to tell you, what crap they want to sell you. The Bears, Jay Joseph, our buddy, friend of the show, those Bears are very sketchy. I don't believe in them one iota. But other than Metcalf and the running backs, who do you want to play? There's no second guy has stepped up. Again, the tight ends are kind of cannibalizing each other. And now you got Dwayne Washington in the mix. So you can't trust Freiermuth. You can't trust Johnny Smith. You can't trust Dwayne. I mean, again, dart throws. We say it till we're blue in the face. But dart throws, I mean, I'd almost rather bet the Steelers, and I like the Steelers in this spot. I think this is a good spot for them if we could ever get a field goal.
Yeah,
And I think if they announce, if we get the 3 points, I think if they announce Mason Rudolph as the starter, I think it might go to 3. And if it does, I'll take the Steelers. But right now I'm staying off. Bears side of the ball, injury-wise, DeAndre Swift's playing, Monangai's playing. Everybody's healthy. I think everybody's healthy. Now, we did see Luther Burden finally, he's still not putting up huge numbers, but he's finally starting to overtake Olamide Zaccheaus as the number 3 receiver. You got Odunze. You got DJ Moore, who's been utterly disappointing. Oh, he's got to get out of there.
Get what you can.
Yeah, they want him out of there. He's a good buy low if you're, if you're a non-compete team.
Yeah, and then you could maybe you could hold him.
But if you're competing, you want to get more out of there. You want to get more out of there and get somebody. Listen to this. I mean, he's had 1 week where he was wide receiver 4. He's wide receiver 75. He is on the year in PPR scoring. He's the 39th wide receiver in fantasy. Woo! And now he's 28 years old.
I think he'll go somewhere else.
I think he's going to demand a trade out. And that's fine. That's pretty good. They'll roll with Odunze. They'll roll with Burden. They'll roll with Colston Loveland, who's getting more involved. You love the running backs there. Tough matchup in Chicago. And then here's the elephant in the room, right? Caleb Williams, one of the more polarizing players in the NFL. They're winning games. The Bears are 7-3. Are they 7-3?
I mean,
I think they're 7-3.
Look at their schedule.
Schedule hasn't been bad, but they've been winning. I still think there's way too much hero ball out of Caleb Williams. Scrambling around and running with his hair on fire, missing receivers, this, that, the other.
He should be.
Richie, why don't you give us, while I go grab another high noon, or switch over to high noon, I should say. Why don't you give us your thoughts on Caleb Williams, now and then just future?
With Caleb Williams, I thought I was never big on Caleb Williams. And then I was like, all right, well, they just hire this new head coach. They set up this nice O-line for him. They pay, they draft all these receivers. They get Loveland in the draft. They get Swift. They get it's like the next Detroit Lions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think he's Jared Goff. I don't think he's, like
the accuracy, the pinpoint, the 3 steps and let it go.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it. He's got everything possible around him. I know they're 7-3 and people are probably laughing at me, but I just don't see the heart with him. I don't see the brains with him, and I don't see the skill to be, for him to be like a top fantasy asset, dynasty asset, or top NFL quarterback.
Yeah, well, he's very polarizing. Obviously, at 7-3, he's not in any fear of.
I'm not saying that he's going to be bad. I think it'd be average.
But when you come in as the number 1 pick in the draft with rushing ability, and all the hype there, and all the weapons. I mean, no quarterback's walked into a better situation in his career than Caleb Williams.
God.
Has he lived up to it? And then you look at it, right? And if they had their bye yet,
go look at.
They have had their bye.
A lot of those are.
He's quarterback 10.
But a lot of those stats are at the end of games.
Yeah,
they're at the end of games and they're losing second half.
Jury's still out.
I'll
say jury's still out.
That situation, you put Drake May in that situation. Drake May's 11-0 and dynasty quarterback 1. Or in dynasty.
Well, Drake May's dynasty quarterback 1 right now, I think already.
Or he's fantasy quarterback 1. He's probably 2 now.
Drake, he's.
I'm just saying, Drake May has that situation.
Listen, I'm going to give Caleb room to grow. They're 7-3, but as fantasy wise, he's quarterback 10. I'm not 100% still sold on him. He still misses a lot of throws. Now, the other guy that's starting to get disappointing, Rome Odunze. Hot start to the season, has kind of cooled off. He is now, wide receiver 20, so still having a good year.
He's getting
a lot of touchdowns.
He's getting open.
Yeah.
He's not getting him the ball. I'm telling you.
Yep.
He's getting open.
Well, if that's the case, then Rome Odunze is a good buy in Dynasty.
I think he is.
He's still getting a lot of targets. He's wide receiver 20. Got it. What I will say, what I do like is they look for him a lot in the red zone. When they're in the red zone and I see passes going into the end zone, it's almost always Rome Odunze. So that's a good thing for him.
Caleb. I mean, the situation he has, it's like, fuck it. Like, oh my god.
He's got great receivers, but he's also you got to give the guy a little time. He's learning a new offense.
I'll give him a little more time. I think he'll be fine, and I think everything's set up nice for him. But I don't think he's ever going to be what people think he is right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree. All right, we got an interesting game here. Patriots at the Bengals, a game I love, ladies and gentlemen. I am hinting at it. I think Joe Burrow plays. And here's why. If you watched quarterback, okay, this last episode or last season of quarterback, Burrow's an interesting guy. He's interesting, okay, a little different. I don't mind him, though. I don't mind that he's a little different. But I think you could tell in the show that he really didn't like people starting to talk about him being injury prone. And now he's got this injury, and now he's practicing, and apparently he practiced in full today. I think Burrow plays. I think he wants to show people that he's worth the money they paid. I think he wants to show people he's not injury prone and that he's a tough guy. I think he does care about his image quite a bit.
I like Burrow.
I like Burrow too. And I think Burrow is going to try to play. And if he plays, I think this line should be 3. Now, it started the week at 7. So the people in Vegas think that Burrow's going to play, I think, because the line is now down to, might even be off the board now. No, it's back to 6.5. So it's 6. So this line's all over the map. Let's see what the latest word out of Cincinnati is.
You think he comes back fresh?
No, I don't think he's 100%. And now what I'm hearing is limited Friday, questionable for Sunday. So he's questionable. Here's what I think. I'm betting the Bengals. So I'm putting that right now. It's 6.5. Don't pay attention to that. I'm betting the Bengals. I'm putting this in now. I'm putting it on paper now. And here's why. I think 6.5 is fair regardless. So if it's Flacco, I think 6.5 as a dog at home is fair. If Burrow plays, I think this line should be 3.5. So if he does end up playing, which I think is going to be a true game time decision, I'm getting 3.5 points on my side or 3 points on my side. So let's bet it at 6.5. And if he doesn't, we still could cover. But if he does, now we got a great number. Chase Brown against the Patriots. You don't love that. Patriots have been amazing against the run. I think their last game was the first time that they allowed somebody to get the 50. It was Sean Tucker. So you don't like really playing Chase Brown. Obviously, Burrow's in, maybe a little better. Jamar Chase suspended. So very big. And a lot of people, obviously, your brain immediately goes, okay, I got to play T. Higgins, right? However, Patriots have Christian Gonzalez, who's going to shadow T. Higgins. So is there anybody for the Bengals other than Higgins that you want to play? And that's really tough because they have a bunch of nobodies. I mean, you got Andre Yoshivas. You got a hodgepodge of tight ends. They've got nothing. So Chase Brown could be a great little PPR play.
I'll play Chase Brown.
Hey, you know what might be an interesting look? And this is what we did on the show last week, and we were absolutely on fire. I don't necessarily know that Chase Brown's going to rush for a ton of yardage. How about his catches? How about the dump offs, right?
Yeah.
And so, first of all, Flacco throws to the running back a lot. But second of all, let's say Burrow does come back. Do you think he wants to pat the ball a lot? He wants to get rid of the ball. He doesn't want to take any hits on that foot.
Who's their tight end again?
They're tight. I think Gesicki is out, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let me see something here with Chase Brown. Oh my goodness, here we go. Chase Brown. Let's see. Chase Brown. Let's see what do you think if you were a bookmaker, what would you put his over under on receptions? How many catches?
3.5.
We're taking that all day if it's 3.5.
4.5.
He's caught 2, 2, 4, 3, 7, 2, 2, 3, 8, and 6 the last 2 weeks. So 8 and 6 the last 2 weeks. Let's see. I mean,
you got
their receivers are going to be T. Higgins.
See what he did with
and Andre Yoshivas. Gesicki is playing maybe.
See what he did with Burrow last year. Catches.
Oh, goodness. You're going to send me down a giant rabbit hole. I don't have time for that. But he caught a lot of balls. I can see what his total was. Gesicki.
Oh, I could just.
Gesicki is playing. So there you go. That's a sneaky play. If you need a tight end, you got guys on bye weeks. And who's on bye week this week? Chargers. I think it's only 2 teams. It's the Chargers and somebody are on bye. That Gesicki is a sneaky good play. I'm going to look up Chase Brown. So you heard it from RJ. He thinks Chase Brown should be 2.5 or 3.5 receptions. He's at 4.5. So they think a lot of balls going his way. I like it. You know what I would take?
We got Dolphins, Broncos, Chargers.
Oh, there's a lot of teams on bye.
And Redskins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Broncos, Chargers, Redskins. Okay, so 4 teams on bye. So Gesicki's a great play. If you have Gadsden, he's your tight end, or Evan Ingram, he's your tight end, or Zach Ertz is your tight end. And I bet you Gesicki's on waivers in a lot of leagues.
6-7.
Gesicki is a good one. All right, I got official player prop. Chase Brown, if you take the alternate line to get the 6 catches, it's plus 160. If Burrow plays, they're going to throw a lot to him. Even if Flacco plays, they're going to throw a lot to him.
6 catches.
Dump offs. No, his real line is 4.5. So he's got to get the 5. But if you go 1 more than that, instead of being minus 110, I get plus 160. So if I lay $20, I win 32. Yeah. I'm going to take 5.5. So over 5.5 catches for Chase Brown. Over 5.5 is plus 160. Love that plus money. I love it. Right now, somebody to keep an eye on. Maybe a weird play. I don't do a ton of these like to score a touchdown, but like an anytime touchdown maybe from Mike Gesicki, because they will look for him in the red zone. It's only plus 350, but that's not terrible. You know, you throw 20 and win 70. I don't think that's a bad play. On the Patriots. The Bengals defense is awful. They're pathetic. So if you're firing up Drake May, you're firing up Stephon Diggs has been great. Kayshon Boudet's back. Demario Douglas, Hunter Henry. We got Travion Henderson.
Stevenson's coming back.
Stevenson is questionable. Yeah, he's questionable. I think if he plays, you could play him if you need to.
They're going to try to fire up Henderson a lot.
They're
going to try to keep
full practice on Friday for Ramondre. So it sounds like he's coming back. I still think Henderson gets the lion's share of the carries.
Yeah.
If you have Ramondre, you're hoping for a touchdown because he doesn't catch a lot of passes. I would pass on Ramondre if I could because I want to see what the split looks like, see how healthy he is. But if you're desperate, you can play him. You know, you can throw him in a flex and you hope for a touchdown. They're going to be in a good game script, and the Bengals defense is awful. They are allowing the most yards before contact of any team in the NFL. So once again, we like Chase Brown over 5.5 catches, and we like the Bengals plus 6.5 because we like it no matter what. If Burrow starts, then we're getting a great deal. We're getting a great value. Ugly game here, Seahawks and Titans. Ugly game. You fire up all your Seahawks. Titans, there's nothing, okay? Seahawks don't have any injuries other than Torrey Horton is out. Darnold's there. JSN, your boy, is playing. You got Ken Walker. You got Charbonnet. You want all those guys because it's a positive game script, so you should get a lot of running. Cooper Kupp, if you need to. He's been okay. You know, if you need 3 for 45, Cooper Kupp's your guy. Titans side of the ball. All right, this is a good question for you. What do you make of Cam Ward so far? Are you willing to just throw out this year because their team's been a disaster as far as no weapons and craziness at coach? Or are you still concerned?
I'm concerned. I'm not going to – if I paid like top 5 draft capital in the rookie draft, I'm definitely not going to trade him because what am I going to get for him? I'm getting nothing.
Yeah.
You might as well just stick it out. But Will Levis did better than that guy. His first 6 games with a trash team, too.
I don't know if you can get a random first for Cam Ward right now.
No way.
Maybe a 2026, 111, 112.
No way.
Just because how bad this class coming in is, but I don't think you're getting it.
You won't get it.
I agree.
I would just like wait it out and see what happens. I mean, that's all you could do. I mean, I think it's going to be bad and ugly. I think the team's a mess. The organization's a mess. And I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, and you know what else, too, is like if you look at the dynasty community, if you watch other podcasts or things of that nature, or just your league chat, people talking, there's nobody that's like a Cam Ward stan. There's nobody that like loves Cam Ward. Is like
I haven't even heard.
like
of
even Bryce Young. When Bryce Young was atrocious, people still like, oh well, you know, it's a bad team. There's nobody sticking up for Cam Ward, so he's just not a guy that people love.
I think he's Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, I've seen more already from him. It's hard for me to judge because the weapons have been so bad. The weapons are atrocious.
I mean,
no, their offensive line is atrocious.
No, I know.
Tony Pollard's been bad.
He's not that bad. I know, but it doesn't look good, dude.
We got a chat. Hey, Jay Joseph, our buddy here, saying not his fault. The Titans are a dumpster fire. Yeah, I'm willing to give him a pass this year. I'll give him a pass this year, but I got to see something a little better next year. And if you look at it, right, we talk about fantasy-wise. We talk about all the guys that you're playing on the Seahawks. For the Titans, Alec Manor's out. Calvin Ridley breaks his leg. They were counting on Calvin Ridley to be his, like, security blanket. They've got
but even when
average tight ends.
Ridley was there, nothing was happening.
But he
was getting Alec Allamore. Or was it?
Yeah, Manor, he's good, but he's not playing. So they're rolling into this game, folks.
I know. It's a bad situation for him, but we'll give him the year.
Yeah, I want to see more. Oh yeah,
trade him.
No. You got to hold him. You got to hold him and hope that there's a window where you could trade him if you don't believe. And if you do believe, you hold on and you just hope that they draft some people next year and the team gets better. They bring in an offensive-minded coach and they can turn it around. They bring in a Dave Canales that can hopefully do something. So we'll give him a little time. I've seen some flashes, but it's hard because they're so bad. Now, if he was putting up these numbers and he was on the Bears with weapons, and then, he's a bust of all busts. I'm going to give him a little pass because of, like Jay said, the dumpster fire. Now, if you're desperate, you're in a deep league. I'm in a 14-team league, right, that goes deep. I talked about it with Jay Joseph last week, and my team kicked butt because Josh Allen went Superman. And Bijan went Superman, and Jigba went Superman. So I'm still in second place in that league. I'm praying because it'll be my first league, and that's my highest buy-in league, $300 buy-in. Don't tell the wife. But that's a big league. So, I'm desperate in some receiver spots, and I've got to fire up Chimere DK. Now, you may say, what on earth is that? What the hell is a Chimere DK? Sounds like I don't know what that sounds like. Sounds like a wrestling move or something. Yeah, I'm going to put you in the Chimere DK. He's the only guy. They got him and Van Jefferson are their only receivers. They're going to be trailing. It's against a great defense. But if I can get 5 catches for 40, I'll take it. I'll take it in that PPR league because I'm desperate. But other than that, I guess Van Jefferson, maybe. There is nothing on their offense that you're fired up about. Even Tony Pollard. I mean, the Seahawks defense is going to be out for blood, especially coming off a loss. That is not a good spot for the Titans. I mean, do you see the Titans? I don't really see many scenarios in which they score unless Darnold sees ghosts and throws some interceptions. Yeah, how are the Titans scoring more than 10 points?
I mean, Darnold had 4 picks last
night. I know. Different story against the Rams. And they still could have won that game. That's the thing. What do you think about the Seahawks? I mean, 4 picks, and they still had a kick at the end to win the game. If they get home field, I've been to that stadium. That stadium is loud. If they and with that defense, I'm not counting them out completely. I still have to see Darnold do it in a big game. I'm not going to count. I got to see Darnold do it in a big game, though.
I'm big on the defense. Mm-hmm. And they got that 4 picks. So.
As far as betting, I don't like to lay 13.5. That's a lot of points. Backdoor will probably be open. I don't love it. I guess if I had to. Now, if you're in a Survivor, if you made it this far in a Survivor, most do not. Seahawks are a great play in your Survivor if you made it that far. All right.
Anyone gets a Titans.
Big game here. Vikings and Packers. We get to another polarizing quarterback in a moment here in J.J. McCarthy, but we got the Vikings and the Packers. I just want to check the accuracy of these lines. Like I said, these lines were put up earlier in the day. So I want to make sure. Yeah, so it's 6 and 41. I'm leaning Vikings. And as you guys know, one of the themes of the show has been, and it's worked out for us pretty good. You saw my record. Hold on, where was it? I promise I'm not trying to brag here, but you saw my record, okay? 45 and 30. I'm pretty proud of that record this year. You won't find too many years like that, okay? But one of the themes has been when people say a team is completely dead or they completely write them off, that's when you jump back on. I don't think the Vikings are that bad. Now, yes, J.J. McCarthy has been terrible. He has been sailing the ball over everybody. And will he figure it out? I can't tell you. He's polarizing. He is extremely – either people love him and they think he's going to figure it out or they think he is absolute garbage. I don't know which one to believe. But I don't think the Vikings as a team are that bad. Aaron Jones is healthy. Jordan Mason's healthy. Hawkins, they're healthy. Addison, the whole 9 yards. The whole team is healthy as far as your fantasy players, your Addisons and Jeffersons. Obviously, those guys have been killing you, but they've been killing you because J.J. McCarthy can't get him the ball. And it's not for lack of effort. They're throwing a lot of deep balls. He's got really deep depth of target stuff. He's just missing people. So can they connect? We'll see. Packers, Josh Jacobs. Goodness gracious, sorry, getting the hiccups here. It's drinking and then talking like I am. Josh Jacobs, I think he's going to play. He's another one. We talked about this about 3 or 4 weeks ago when he was on the injury report. If you have Josh Jacobs in fantasy, it's the same crap every year and every week.
I love that.
Questionable, banged up, dinged up, he suits up.
I love that.
So he limited practice. I think he's going to play. It's a big game. But be that as it may, keep an eye on that. You may want to have Emmanuel Wilson on the backup plan just in case, or somebody else just in case, so you could sub him out.
That's another guy, if you're contending, go hard for him if you know.
But yeah, great. Another absolute guy that if you're a contender, you go for Jacobs.
I screwed up. I know Steve's probably watching. I didn't trade McConkey in the beginning of the year. Should have done that.
McConkey's he's been okay.
Had a good year.
What was the trade?
It was Josh Jacobs for McConkey in a second. I should have just taken Jacobs.
I would have taken Jacobs.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons they're saying the running back has made the big resurgence is the deep defense. Teams don't want to get beat deep. They're willing to give up yardage in exchange for not giving up dynamic plays. And that's why the last 2 years, running backs have been off the charts. We got Jay Joseph, lots of drops by Addison and TJ Hawkinson. I did see 2 huge drops by Addison.
Oh, did he?
Huge. Oh, he had. I know. You love Addison. You like those 5'11", 5'10", Jackson Smith's kind of slot speed, get open guys, they're great. But he did have a couple big drops. So, Jay, let us know in the chat. That was Bears Vikings.
He's made his play.
Are your Bears for real? Put it in the chat if you think they're for real.
Oh, no, he's a Bear guy?
Or do you want to hop in?
Caleb?
Jay, you're more than welcome to hop in.
Have him jump in.
Just click the link. Jump in the show, man. Come on the show if you want. You know you're always welcome. You just hop in. If I see your face on there, you're in the show, dude. You're a regular. I got a lot of people that loved your insight last week, so you're more than welcome to hop in. Let us know about your Bears. You heard Richie kind of tearing down Caleb. You want to fight back? Hop in the show. Anyhow, Packers receivers. Oh my God.
You know we're May guys.
What's that?
We're May guys.
Oh, we love Drake May.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Drake May. Love Drake May. God, I wish he was a Giant. But we got Jackson Dart, so I can't get that upset.
I love.
What do you do
I love him.
with the Packers receivers? No tight ends have stepped up to the plate.
Reed is almost.
Reed not playing this week. They ruled him out.
Yeah.
That's a guy. If you're in dynasty,
that's
people
a guy to pick up.
Yeah, dynasty people have him. If you're in a regular league, he's probably been sitting out there. Go grab Jaden Reed. Because they're begging for somebody to be the go-to guy. Christian Watson's banged up. Matthew Golden's banged up. Romeo Dobbs is banged up.
Better than all of them anyway.
And they just spread that ball around. I made a trade this week in Dynasty. My team is lousy, just injury-riddled, and things didn't work out. But the main thing was that Neighbors went down. Obviously, that killed me. But I got rid of Jordan Love for a late first and an early second. And I don't know how much I love it, but I needed to do something, and there was no market for him. There was no market. I had Jordan Love out there, and nobody wanted him. You know, I was not getting any offers.
What did you get for Love?
I got a late first right now, the 111 and the 203, I think it is.
Ooh.
It's not great.
Dude, you should have waited on that.
I guess.
Dude, this guy during the trade deadline, everyone.
Hey,
trade with him.
If I'm not a contending team, I'm going to go for it. I mean, Jordan Love is
going to be fine.
Okay, he's QB 18.
I know. He's
had some injury stuff.
I think he's okay.
I don't think he's bad.
I'm not saying he's good.
Here's the other thing. Every year that you have
hand him out for free like that, who are you going to get?
Okay. You know, let me talk.
2006? Was it 2006 like you just said?
2026.
Yeah, you just said you hated the class.
I know. We'll see. I don't have to keep that pick.
No.
You know.
Oh, I know.
One thing that can't.
Oh, yeah. They get all.
One thing that can't get injured is your draft picks, your rookie picks. My rookie pick cannot get injured, and I was not winning anyway. When the 110 is on the clock,
greedy guys we play with some degens.
Listen, I get that way.
During draft time, you could trade They see a first-round pick, 112, 111. They drool like dogs.
Listen, I've got that way before, where I see a guy at 110, and I've traded like crazy, way overpaid to go get a guy. Right? You never do it. No, you don't overpay for anything. Okay? Yeah. Drinking the free margaritas. No, just kidding. So, anyhow, my hope is the class is going to get hyped. Maybe there's a guy I like there. I don't care. If not, when that 108, 109 is on the clock, we do these slow drafts. Hey, who wants the 111? And I will happily take.
How much I don't overpay, guys.
I'll take a 20.
I'm drinking a Vista Bay from Aldi's, and he's drinking Heineken.
I think Richie still has the first dollar he ever made somewhere deep in his wallet, tucked away somewhere. But here, let me get back to my Jordan Love point. Okay, he is quarterback 13. Okay, so he's fine. All right, doesn't run a ton. He's always going to be in bad weather late in season and playoffs. Okay, look at this year. Let's say you're a contender. He's got to go at Denver, at Chicago. I mean, Chicago's defense is not good, but and then he's home against Baltimore. And you could, in any of those games, you could get one of those nasty, cold, snowy, windy games where he can leave you a dud and you get beat. And you get beat by some other guy.
If he's as a dynasty quarterback, I don't hate him.
Yes.
Like get him a true number one guy. He's got all these gadget guys over here. Like
I think he was.
I mean, you know.
I think he was worth a mid first and a second.
Yeah.
I had to take a late because nobody was selling. Nobody was trading. And my team is kind of a mess.
Get him like a 6'3" wide receiver one.
What's Christian Watson?
He's not a wide receiver one.
And they can't stay healthy.
He's not a wide receiver.
So that's the tough part if you have guys on the Packers. You don't know which guy. Is it a Dobbs week? And that's why I think Jaden Reed.
I think Dobbs is a great buy.
Yeah, he's solid.
I think he's going to get picked up by another team and have a larger role.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a pretty big role here.
But I think he's
really the number one.
But I think he's about to get paid. I think he's better than people think.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before where guys go some weird place. I don't know his contract situation, but Dobbs is not going to cost you a lot.
I would pick up Dobbs right now. That is a guy that I would pick up.
He's wide receiver 31. He's got 64 targets on the year. I mean, he's a target machine.
Remember when we watched the Love
8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 10 weeks they played, he's gotten 8 targets or more.
I like Dobbs.
Yeah,
pick him up,
and he's cheap because nobody cares about him.
He gets open.
Yeah,
he gets open more than anyone. He really does. Dude.
Divisional dog. Everybody thinks the Packers stink. Or sorry, everybody thinks the Vikings stink. I like the coach. I think they still have a team. I don't think they're giving up here.
Good coach, bro.
I like the Vikings in the points. That's a lot of points. We'll see if it makes my final 5 or 6, whatever plays that we do. All right, we got to start picking up the pace here. Giants and Lions. Jackson Dart did practice, but he's not playing. It's going to be Jameis Winston, which is good news for the pass catchers. Wan'Dale Robinson.
And the church.
And good news for the church. He is a man of the Lord. And also, don't forget, Darius Slayton will play. So, again, deep leagues.
I like Slayton.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Slayton.
And
at the end of years, some guys rely on him in fantasy.
Listen, they're going to be in a trailing game. They're in a dome, and Jameis slings the rock.
I like that.
What else could you want there, right? Tyrone Tracy had a sneaky good week. Sneaky good player for the rest of the season because the Giants' schedule does get softer in the fantasy playoffs. They have a tough schedule here. They play the Patriots, I believe, next week, if I'm not mistaken. So that's not a great matchup there. Let's see. But I believe late they have a good matchups. Yeah, they get Washington at home, Minnesota at home, and at the Raiders for the fantasy playoffs. Oh, so Tracy's he's another cheap buy. A second, a pair of seconds, a second and a random player, a third and a random player. He's got a great playoff schedule, and he's going to get the bulk of the carries. So they got to have somebody, and it's going to either be Dart or Jameis Winston. Lions side of the ball, look out. This is just going to be – they're going to go nuclear. Oh, they're coming off a bad week. They're coming off a bad week. They're not – they're kind of pissed. That was the worst game I've seen Goff play in a long time against Philly. That was awful. He looked terrible Sunday Night Football. Amon-Ra, Jameson.
That ain't going to happen again.
Gibbs, Monty. They're going to go berserk.
I think Monty gets a couple TDs.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing with Monty. You want him in these games where they're a huge favorite. Right? Because he'll just eat the clock in the second half.
Monty against bad teams is a god.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Yep.
That's a plug and play against bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
Good teams, yeah, he's not.
Yeah, they're going to lean
not
more
too
on
startable.
Gibbs, the more talented
Oh,
player.
obviously, yeah.
But if they're up,
But
you
Giants,
know, 16 points in the third quarter.
He eats bad teams alive.
Yep.
He just destroys them.
And he's a game script guy. So when you have a game script where they're supposed to be up big, they're a 10-point favorite, that's when you want to fire up Monty because he is just going to get peppered. Now, I did see something. Laporta, is he done for the year?
He's on IR.
IR, not coming back till week 15. And he just underwent a surgery, folks. So that's kind of breaking news. Sam Laporta has a very, very slim chance. So probably no chance to play the rest of the year. So if you had Laporta, it doesn't look like you're going to have Laporta for the fantasy playoffs.
I'll tell you guys one thing to never do in Dynasty. Never go into a league saying, I'm going to draft the players that I don't have in my other teams. Because there's a reason why you didn't draft them on your other teams. And Laporta is one of those guys I have on those teams. And so is Marvin Harrison Jr. And my team's trash.
Mm-hmm. I get ridiculed a lot because I have my guys.
I do.
You know what I mean? But again, I don't mind Laporta. I just don't I don't like the prices that people are playing.
Where he was going, like fourth round, he's not worth it.
That's absurd.
Yeah,
taking him in the third or the fourth or the fifth round of a dynasty startup is absurd.
I'm not, never again.
No, because
I just did it. It was a goof.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like this. I can't listen. I told you guys before. I will never bet against my Giants. I will bet on them. I'm not betting on them, so that ought to tell you what I think.
He says that.
No, I'm not betting. I'm not betting against them. Detroit. This is just a permit.
I've never done it.
This could be a blowout.
I did bet against the Celtics, and and then
this could be a blowout game. The Lions and the Giants. All right, we're moving on. Are we finally to the 4 o'clocks? I think we might be finally to the 4 o'clocks. Let's see what we got here. Oh, let's get a quick update though here on my football game. Before you came on, I took a football game. Florida State, NC State, still 0-0. We got NC State plus 6.5. And then we got a basketball game that's live that we took live betting. We took Wake Forest minus 2.5 against whoever they were playing. Let's see what we got here. Survey says Wake Forest down 5, 17 minutes ago. So we got a lot of time there. Not looking great, but we got a lot of time there. Okay, are we on to the 4 o'clocks? Let's go to Sunday. All right, we're on to the 4 o'clocks. Jacksonville, Arizona. This is a spot. I love Arizona. I love Arizona. Jaguars coming off a huge win. Arizona, tough loss. Love the Cardinals here. Jaguar side of the ball. Travis Etienne and Bashal Tutin both have been banged up. Both will play. Trevor Lawrence will play. Let's see who else is playing. Brian Thomas Jr. will not play. So no BTJ, no Travis Hunter, as you know. It's going to be Parker Washington, and it's going to be Jacoby Myers, and it's going to be a hodgepodge at tight end. Brenton Strange is not back yet. Let me just double check that. So I'm giving you accurate information. Brenton Strange, questionable. I don't think he's playing. So I think he's questionable. I don't think he's playing. Cardinal side of the ball, no Marvin Harrison Jr. again. Michael Wilson, we talked about him with Jay Joseph being a possible add and Greg Dortch being an add, and they both played pretty good. So let's see. What did Dortch – let's see. I want to look up Dortch and Michael Wilson because they both did great. And, again, we talked about it with Tyrod Taylor. Look at fifth. Did he go that nuts and I missed it? I mean, I knew he went good. Did Michael Wilson have 15 catches? Michael Wilson, folks, had 15 catches last week for 185. McBride had 10 for 115. George had 6 for 66 and a touchdown. Wow. Jacoby Brissett is a freaking fantasy god right now. That's another guy. If you're in a dynasty league, most dynasty leagues are 2 quarterback leagues. Why would you not go get Brissett? The Brissett owner will trade him in a second for a late second round pick, or maybe even a pair of thirds. Go get Jacoby Brissett. He's been crushing it. Listen to this. This is unbelievable. Get ready for this one. Jacoby Brissett. I saw this stat. Since he's been the starter, and by the way, Kyler Murray, I mentioned it 2-3 weeks ago, may have played his last game ever as a Cardinal. I think he's gone. Okay, look at these starts. He started 5 games. Quarterback 7, quarterback 12, quarterback 10, 10, and quarterback 4. and he's got a pretty good schedule coming down the stretch. Jacoby Brissett, man, he's slanging it. And the crazy part is he wasn't known. He was known as like a game manager when he was with the Pats and a couple other teams and the Colts. Like, okay, he can manage a game, but he's slinging it now. So Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch. I got him in that one league. I picked him up. I'm firing up Dortch. Going to fire up the Dortch there. Let's see. McBride, obviously. Let's see McBride's number again. Have they corrected enough? If it's in the 70s, you got to take it. The guy's unbelievable. The guy is unreal putting up stats, Trey McBride. Let's take a quick peek. All right, Trey McBride. Let's see what we got for a number on McBride. Player props, receiving yards, 76.5. I mean, why not? Why the heck not? Trey McBride. Michael Wilson's 58.5. Greg Dortch, 27.5. I love Dortch. You know what? I like the Dortch one more. Dortch to get the 40. Plus 180. We got to play. Greg Dortch. Greg Dortch over 39.5. Plus 180. He just did it last week, and they're injured again, and now they're at home, and they play the Jags. I love it. Trey Benson will not play. It's going to end oh, God, what's his name? Oh, my Lord, I'm drawing a blank. The other Cardinals running back is out. Imari DiMercado is out. So it's Michael Carter and it's Zonovan Knight. Not bad plays if you're desperate. 4 teams on bye. You're desperate. I like Zonovan Knight a little better because I think he'll get the goal line. Michael Carter is more of the pass catcher. But Jacoby Brissett has been great for these Cardinals receivers. Great. Way better than Kyler Murray. Just like we think Tyler Rod Taylor might end up being better for the Jets receivers and the Jets offense as a whole versus Justin Fields. Okay, on the Jags side of the ball, Bayshell Tootin and Travis Etienne banged up. Both will play. Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers, tight end situation. Strange is not back yet. He's a true game time decision. I wouldn't plan on him. I'd make other plans. I like the Cardinals here. I want to make sure the line is correct. I'm getting 2.5 now. I'm going to make the Cardinals 3 a play. But you've got to get the 3. I like the Arizona Cardinals plus 3. If it never gets to 3 or I never see a 3, then we're going to say it wasn't a bet. So I'm not taking it now. But I like the Cardinals at home plus 3. I think they're underrated. I think they're pretty good. They've had a tough schedule. They really have, but they fought hard in all those games. And I think I still think the Jags are a little frauds. I know they blew out the Chargers. I don't know what happened to the Chargers. Maybe they were thinking about the bye week and just not paying attention. I don't know what it was. They went to Jacksonville and they all got roofied out at a bar or something. That was bad. That was really, really – that was probably the worst performance of the week was that the Chargers performance against the Jags. But there you have it. I like the Cardinals. All right. Ugly game. The Shedeur Sanders Bowl. Browns at the Raiders. Raiders minus 3.5. I'm telling you right now, before I even get into any discussions or whatever, I am taking the Cleveland Browns plus 3.5. They've got a better defense. Sure, it's got a whole week to play. Here's another line. We talk about when teams are dead. We like taking them. When everybody's high on a team, we like going against them. Okay? Browns are kind of left for dead. Shedeur sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Here's my other one. Bad teams should not be favored by a field goal or more. And they're 3.5. It's not 4. It's 3.5. Bad teams find a way to lose. So both these teams, I guarantee you down the stretch, you're going to be like, does anybody want to win this game? Because they're both going to make mistakes and give it back to one another. Geno Smith, I truly believe, is one bad half from being benched. And whether they go to Kenny Pickett or Aiden O'Connell, I think they'd try Pickett first. So maybe you add Kenny Pickett if you're in a 2-quarterback league or if you're in a dynasty league. Because I think they are getting fed up with Geno. He's been awful. Look what he's been doing to Genty. Genty can't do anything. Now, granted, their offensive line is terrible as well. He has been feeding Bowers. Bowers hit the over for us. We like that. Cleveland's a really good defense, though. And you've got Trey Tucker. You've got Dante Thornton, Tyler Lockett. But really, if you have Raiders, you're playing Genty and you're playing Bowers just because you have to because of where you drafted them. But you're not really that fired up about. I do like this Trey Tucker number. And I'm going to give you one other that I like. And I think there's some value to be had sometimes in these crap games, but there's no bad weather. We're in Vegas, right? So there's no bad weather. So we don't have to worry about that. But they got to throw the ball to somebody. Two bad teams could be making some business decisions. Some receivers are going to catch the ball. I got two numbers I like. One thing I noticed when I saw Shedeur Sanders in a lot of his practices, obviously you're playing Quinshon Judkins. A lot of passes going to Jerry Jeudy. And I watched a show the other day, and they talked about how Jerry Jeudy, and listen, he's been a bust for the totality of his career, okay? Very talented guy, just really hasn't ever lived up to that talent. Some of it is the situations he's been in or whatever. He's getting open a lot. He's got one of the best separation scores in the NFL. I think Shedeur is going to sling it. I think Shedeur is along the Winston line, the Jameis Winston line, where he's going to throw some balls and you're going to be like, wow, holy mackerel. And then he's going to throw one right to the other team, right? And I know a lot of people, a lot of experts are talking about taking the under 36. I disagree. I think the Raiders' defense is terrible. The Browns' defense is good. However, they have not been nearly as good on the road. They've been terrible, actually, on the road. A bad defense. At home, they've been unbelievable. They've been stifling everybody. Look, they kept them in that game against the Ravens. Held Lamar to hardly anything. They've had some incredible performances at home. On the road, totally different team. Going out to Vegas. Maybe your mind wanders. What are we really playing for? I like the over 36, and it actually is 36, not even 36 and a half. The line's 3.5 on the game. I like Jerry Jeudy to get.
You love Jeudy.
Well,
You're a Jeudy boy.
I just compared Shedeur Sanders to Jameis Winston. I think he's going to sling the ball around. I think he's going to throw it. He's not going to be bad. He's not going to be a check down Charlie.
I drafted him in a lot of leagues. My God, he looked atrocious. In that game.
Tough spot to come into.
I know. I know.
All right, here's an official play. Dustino official play. Jerry Jeudy over 49.5 receiving yards.
But he's getting the Raiders, so I mean.
Exactly my point. Is plus 185. Okay? Plus 185 when they're supposed to be trailing. No bad weather. They're going to sling the ball. And I think Judkins has a big day. I think Judkins has a big day against the Raiders.
I mean, they stopped the run a little better than you think, though.
What's Gianti is just their O-line is atrocious.
Oh my God!
But have you seen?
The Raiders,
is it all the O-line or is he a little overhyped?
No, he's not overhyped. He's fine. It's the Raiders O-line is the worst O-line I've ever seen in my life. I mean,
I've seen some bad ones from the Giants.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, Geno's got. I'm not saying Geno's making great decisions either, but I mean, he's got like 1 second. I mean, he's scrambling and then just trying to find him. And their number one receiver is Trey Tucker. He's like 5'4". He's like 5'4". He's trying to throw to him like he's like 6'4".
Their number one receiver is Bowers.
What?
Bowers is their number one.
I mean, well, that's a tight end. Yeah, a tight end receiver. Yeah, he's a receiving tight end. Yeah. But, dude, they're trying to go to the open field with Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker is like 5'4", dude. He's a midget.
All right, so
he's a midget.
I just said here that I would not be shocked if we're a bad half or another bad game away from Geno getting benched and them seeing what they got in Kenny Pickett.
Don't start that Kenny Pickett.
Well, I mean, but Geno's been atrocious.
Dude,
do you think he gets benched?
Is atrocious, and it's well known in the organization how bad the O-line is. Colton Miller's banged up. Gabe Powers or whatever his name is. They're a mess, dude.
All right. Two things. Number one, North Carolina State's up 7-0 on Florida State, plus 6.5. Let's go, Wolfpack. All right. And Jay Joseph, if you're still watching, that's one start for Shedeur. We talked about this on the show. We set an over-under of 1.5 starts for Shedeur. I'm getting one here. I said the over. I think Shedeur is going to start some games. I think he's better than people think. I think he's going to sling it. I think this is a good spot for him. Now, if he comes out and looks like junk again, forget it.
He could build some confidence here. Yeah.
Possibly. If he looks like junk here, then yes. Then I'll throw one of the bus.
I mean, the Raiders.
You get thrown in the middle of a Ravens game in cold wind out of nowhere when you've got no first-team reps. I'm not holding that against him.
He could do all right.
Yep. And again, I lean Browns and I lean the over.
I mean, but that was atrocious, that game. I mean, it was
bad.
Absolutely bad.
Speaking of another bad performance and a bad team just falling apart, 5 losses in a row. They were 3-2. Now they're 3-7.
ATL, shorty.
The Falcons at the Saints. Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. Penix is done for the year.
It might be worse than the Raiders Browns.
Yeah, I think this is the worst game of the week. Bijan, you're obviously firing him up. My goodness, you're firing him up. Drake London is out. So, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who have been with me, and and I didn't prompt you to say that. Those of you who those of you who have been with me know that I'm 0-4 the last 4 weeks taking Darnell Mooney. And now I'm just committed. I described it the other day to Jay Joseph, where you go to the blackjack table, the roulette table, and you put 5 on black and you lose. You put 10 on black. Then you put 20 on black.
Is Pitts playing?
I'm just trying to get my money back. Yes, Pitts is playing. Darnell. Oh, but look at Darnell Mooney's line. They're on to us. He's 45.5. I don't care. We're taking the 50, and it should be even. All right.
He gets 60, I think. 63.
63? Okay. Oh, see, I can't. My line only gives me 65. I don't get a 60. So here's what we're going to do.
It's 55.
Whoa, we got breaking news on the show, folks. Breaking news just came through on the show. Reports are surfacing that the 49ers will not play Brandon Ayuk the remainder of the season, and their intentions are to void his contract and send him packing. So Brandon Ayuk may never play again for the 49ers. Breaking news. I think he'll be highly sought after. Highly sought after. Patriots, Raiders, many teams. He may never play again. They're looking to void. Oh, they just voided his incentives and his guarantees for 2026. Oh, and he was already pissed off at the team. Brandon Ayuk's gone.
He's gone.
And again, if you're a non-contending team, go get Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Go. I love Brandon Ayuk. I always love Brandon Ayuk. You know, I'm an Ayuk guy. So I'm going to, if I have a team that's this no country for, I have him on that team. Darn it. I already have him on D-Gens. But if I'm in a league, I don't have him I traded a lot of them. When he got injured last year. I traded a bunch because I was competing teams. And a lot of people laughed at me.
So I'm going to go.
A lot of people laughed at me.
You know what I'm going to do? Now I'm going to go after Ricky.
Yeah, Pearsall, Jawan Jennings the rest of the year.
I'm going to give me some Ricky long term.
Yeah, Pearsall and Jennings get a huge boost.
Oh, yeah.
Kittle, huge boost.
I mean, Ricky, he does it when he's in there. He has been injured a lot, but he got shot.
Yep.
Brother man got shot.
He got shot, man. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
They shot me. Going back to Mooney. We're going over 49.5. It's minus 110. So it's no plus money because you got no London and you got no and you got Kirk Cousins in there. So they think they're going to throw to Mooney. They've been throwing him a million targets. Can he catch the damn ball? We're going Mooney. I know Ken Rock and Jay Joseph are going to make fun of me, but we're going back to the Mooney well. I'm committed. I'm just doing it every week. I'm up in my bed every week until we catch back up to even.
Where's Joseph? Where's Joseph?
I don't know where Jay Joseph is. He probably couldn't get on. You know, he's got a lot of stuff going on. He just got home. I got that one. I forget which one I got. Oh, I got that one start. Bills. Ayuk to Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad call. They need a guy. They need a receiver. They need a number one other than Shakir.
Are they going to pay?
I don't know because San Fran's going to have to eat some of that contract. I'm not a contract expert. We'll have to let the experts deal that because there's going to be something. You're not going to have to pay him that much. The Niners are going to have to eat some of the contract. So, yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work. But, yeah, he's going to be highly sought after because another thing that I saw is that the wide receiver free agent class is terrible this year. There's like no good free agent wide receivers. So it's going to be a bad one. Saints side of the ball. Kamara, questionable game time decision. He'll play. You know, same thing. He's going to be banged up. Receiver-wise, you love Olave. Tight end-wise,
I think
Jawan Johnson.
I think if I'm a contender and I could pay a third for Kamara, why not?
I think people are going to want a second. I'd pay a late second for him.
Yeah, late second. Just like, why not?
Same thing. He's going to get a ton of work.
See what happens.
And again,
he had 22 carries last time.
Let's take a look again. Playoff schedule. If you're guaranteed to be in the playoffs, let's see what his playoff schedule is.
I would just do it. Like, why not? Who cares?
Okay, here you go. And to further Richie's point, Go buy Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, you ready for
Late
this?
second.
Home for Atlanta, at Miami, at Tampa, fantasy playoffs. Home for Carolina, home for the Jets,
Grab him.
at Tennessee.
Why not? Yeah.
That's a great playoff schedule, folks.
Why not?
Alvin Kamara, if somebody's soured on him or they're a middle of the
They
pack
are
team,
sour. A lot of
people are over Kamara. He's looked bad. It would be first time. Now this Tyler Shuck had a good game against Carolina.
It could. I mean, it might not work out, but who cares? I mean, it's a late second. Who are you going to get? Leggett was a late second. Like, what happened with him?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many late seconds hit? Think about it.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Seconds are 33% at best, and this is supposedly a down class, so it might even be more like 20% this year. So, yeah, if you're competing, you see the thing. You like playing Olave. You like playing Juwan Johnson, the tight end. Not a bad play. Kamara, Taysom Hill, I guess. Here's another one. I'm going back to the well. Everybody thinks the Falcons are dead. They're completely cooked. Kirk Cousins knows this is his last hurrah. If he's got to play well these last 4 or 5 weeks to have any chance to be a starter ever again, this is his last chance. They got him for dead. Why? I don't like when a bad team is favored. And this line is actually wrong. It's actually New Orleans -2. So New Orleans -2, don't like it. I don't like when a good team or a bad team is favored. I don't think a bad team should be favored. So that's why I'm leaning there. We'll see if it makes the final place. We're getting close, folks. 3 more games to go. You had the breaking news there of Brandon Ayuk probably playing his last down for the San Francisco 49ers. All right, Eagles at the Cowboys. Eagles off an ugly win. This should be a good game. Sunday afternoon. I mean, this should be a high-scoring game. My first inclination is over. There's just, oh, my gosh. And this over-under.
The first thing that I thought about this game, I'm not, a professional bettor, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking Dallas lets everyone down, especially the fans like they have the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense looked great against the Raiders. They just threw all over them. I mean, they've been thrown all over some bad teams, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the over.
I'm not saying that it won't be a high-scoring game. I just think the Eagles win this game with ease.
Yeah, and they're -3.
Yeah.
The Eagles are clearly a better team. Cowboys are frauds. Now, Dak does typically play better at home.
I'm taking Eagles -3.
Okay, there you have it. First one that Richie's chimed in on. Eagles -3.
I don't bet much, but this one is like perfect.
You got your first Richie play on the show, on the weekend update. You got Richie with Eagles -3.
People hate the Eagles.
I like over 47.5. I like the over 47.5. I think it's going to be high scoring. Dak will sling it. They'll score points at home. What do you make of the whole A.J. Brown situation? Really awkward, ugly situation.
I like Mr. Brown, too.
They're winning games. He's not getting a lot of stats.
I mean, he's got to keep his mouth shut. I mean, but I do love A.J. Brown. I don't like him going into the media and just talking so much. It's just too much.
Yeah.
And I don't think the organization likes it. I don't think the coach likes it. And I don't like, he's just a baby sometimes. But I think they're still going to get him the ball or try to get him the ball, try to keep him happy. Yeah. I think he's going to be just kind of a 5 for 50 guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a wide receiver one.
They're a running team. Hurts a running quarterback. It's not a high-powered throwing offense.
Yeah.
Now, if there is going to be a game to go throwing, it's this game. Because let's not get twisted.
This game,
the Cowboys' defense is still garbage. I don't care what
A.J. Brown in this game?
Let's see what they have A.J. Brown at.
This might be a play.
A.J. Brown is at 60.5 yards. Devontae, 57. Receptions, I would think 4.5 or something. 4.5?
I think you take him.
You like
5.
You think 5?
I think it's 5.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to let the guest make a pick here. A.J. Brown, over 4.5 catches, over 4.5 receptions. All right, I agree, and I'm making an official play over. I'll recap all the plays at the end. I love the over.
What? You know what? They did get a couple guys back. They got Hooker back.
Mm-hmm.
They got that over. I don't know. There's this guy, this linebacker they got back. they got 3 guys back, and people are making a big whoop about it. But they played the Raiders.
Yes, that's what people don't realize. It's like when teams go berserk against the Bengals.
Yeah. I mean,
look what Fields did against the Bengals.
So everyone's like, "Oh, the Cowboys' defense is back." It's the Raiders.
It's the Raiders, man.
Guys.
Raiders shot themselves in the foot multiple times.
Oh my god,
multiple. I think over is locked and loaded. I can't wait to watch this game at 4:00 with some money on the over.
I think all these hit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of scoring, high scoring game. And the Eagles just came off a low scoring game. I love it.
What do you think of Pickens versus Lamb?
I still think I'd rather have Lamb all day, but Pickens is great, and it's going to be interesting to see if they pay Pickens. Because if they decide not to pay him or franchise tag him, that could be a huge.
I was just thinking.
They're probably going to franchise tag him, which I don't know how he'll take that.
I mean, but then they just got Quentin Williams, they're taking over that. I don't even know what they're going to.
I think they're going to want to keep that duo together.
I don't think how they could even afford Pickens. Though.
And that's why I think they franchise tag him.
Yeah.
And then how does Pickens react to that? Because we know he's kind of a loose cannon. He's a little bit of a odd character. He may not want that.
1,000 yards right now. He's looking.
He's been great.
He's looking at that.
He's been great. Pickens has been great.
G Picks ain't gonna be.
And this is what you like about these two teams. It's consolidated. You're not guessing.
It's not the MLB where you can just give anyone whatever they want.
Yeah. There's ways around it, but yes, they'll have to make a decision if they pay him. I think they'll franchise tag him. But what I'm trying to say in this fantasy-wise, these are the teams you love, right? To a point. It's Saquon, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. Over on the other side, Javonte Williams, CeeDee Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson. There's no third receivers on either team. There's no fourth receiver. There's no backup tight end. There's no backup running back. You got your main guys there. You're not playing anybody else. It's consolidated offenses.
I just think the Eagles come in there and show Dallas like I think people are high on Dallas right now, more especially on their defense after shitting on the Raiders, but it's the Raiders.
Yep.
I mean, you should have heard the commentators like, "Oh, they got 3 guys back, this, that." Like, guys, it's the Raiders. Yeah,
you're beating up on the Raiders. You got to take it with a grain of salt. Absolutely got to take it. Sunday Night Football, our hometown Buccaneers at the Rams. Rams coming off a big win in a showdown against the Seahawks. Everybody's got Matthew. Yeah, everybody's got Matthew Stafford as him and Drake May as kind of the front runners for MVP this year. They're both playing at a high level. You got the Bucs still banged up now. On the Bucs side of the ball, they're coming off a tough loss against the Bills. I was on Prop Stars with TJ, Buff, and actually Buff was out. They had a guy named Jeff Schneider, and very knowledgeable guy, did an awesome job on the show. And he's a Bucs fan. And while we were live on the show, we took the Bucs to win the NFC plus 1,400. They've got after this game, their schedule gets very easy, and they're only going to get healthier. And I think the NFC is wide open. I think any team can win it. Every team has some flaws. But right now, the Rams got to be one of the favorites. Bucs are getting a little healthier. Still no Bucky Irving. He's been out forever, it seems like. Sean Tucker took off in a big way.
I like Tuck.
Yeah, and they're talking about Tucker. Yeah. I don't know if you get I think you got to probably got to go second for him.
I always liked him.
Tucker, I think they're said is going to get the lion's share of the carries. Rashad White will be more the receiving back. Chris Godwin is supposed to play. So it's Godwin, Ibuka, Tez Johnson. That's a big boost to the offense. I know Godwin is 29 years old. He's still a security blanket for Baker Mayfield. He's still a security blanket. He's still going to get targets. Ibuka's the guy, though. Cade Otton, solid tight end. Done a great job.
Get him the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, Cade Otton's fine.
In the end zone.
He's a solid player.
But they have not have a touch. They don't have a touchdown with a tight end. This whole year. I
did not know that. Great stat. Yeah. No touchdowns from the tight ends of the Bucs yet this year. No. Let's see.
They're trying.
Let's see what happens. Let's see. What the heck did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Oh, I just had
they were trying to get the ball to Cade.
Yeah, Cade Otton. Rams. This is the usual suspects for the Rams. And the Bucs defense is not your normal Bucs defense. Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford, Puka, and Devontae. Done. Right? Tight end wise, I believe. Did I see somewhere that Higbee is out? I think I saw that Tyler Higbee is out. Let me see. Was I right on that? Yes, I did. He got put on IR. So you got Colby Parkinson, and then you got a rookie Terrence Ferguson. You can't really play them, but they're guys to keep an eye out for, right? You keep an eye on them,
Was that
see
low?
what happens. That over-under seems very high. 49.5 seems like a lot of points to me. That's my first inclination. It's 6.5, not 7. So the Rams are favored by 6.5. That's a tough. I don't know which way I lean on that game. That's a tricky one. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough ball game. I lean under 49.5, just like I had under 49.5.
Yeah.
Seahawks, Rams, that was my favorite play last week, and that hit pretty easily.
Who do you like for this game? Everyone is probably going Rams, right?
Yeah, the Bucks, I think, could keep it close.
Yeah,
Could catch the Rams on a little bit of a letdown, after a big, huge
thinking,
emotional win. You could see a little letdown. 7 points or 6.5 points is a lot. I know, but Baker always seems to keep things close.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Bucks and the
Bucks,
points.
yeah.
I kind of like Bucks and the points.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, and then we move on to Monday Night Football. We're getting close to the end here, folks. We're doing pretty good on time, too. We're doing a little better than we've done in weeks past. We got the Carolina Panthers at the 49ers. Hey, Panthers are alive in the NFC South. They're right there. Bryce Young with a 400-something yard game. Unbelievable. Rico Dowdle's healthy. Tet McMillan's healthy. Xavier Legette's healthy.
Who was so McMillan got?
Oh, he went nuts. Tet McMillan had a monster game.
The second guy who was getting it. I can't remember.
Not really much of anything. I think
I heard of Michael Wilson had a huge game. 18 targets,
15 catches for 185. You were away when we were talking about Arizona and how Jacoby Brissett's been great. Why would you not go by Brissett if you need a second quarterback or you need a guy for bye weeks? Who are you just asking about? For the Panthers. Let's see. It was mainly Tet McMillan.
Receiving end.
Tet McMillan at 8 for 130. 8 for $130. I'm pretty sure that Legette had a little bit of action. Other than that, I think it was kind of a hodgepodge. Yeah, the Panthers are only a half game out of first place. So they're right there.
You know what? I think you grab Legette for a early third.
Legette had 83 yards.
You grab Legette right now, dude.
Coker had a little bit.
I would get Legette right now. I mean, he likes him.
Yeah, Legette's kind of one of those guys.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, no. But you could do worse putting him in your flex spot or a third wide receiver spot. He's not a bad guy. I don't know if the person that has him.
Debo Jr.
I don't know if the person that has him will deal him for less because most people drafted him late first, early second. I don't know if somebody's willing to part at third.
2-8. I was getting him.
Yeah, he slid a lot. People didn't love him. But you're playing the usual suspects. 49ers, Brock Purdy returned and lit up George Kittle. Great news for George Kittle. So he was big for him.
I like Purdy.
Ricky Pearsall. You got Jawan Jennings.
Ricky's a big buy right now for me.
Ricky Pearsall?
Yeah.
Here's the problem. He would have been a great buy 3 weeks ago when he was injured and every week injured. The problem is people have been waiting.
They love him.
Well, they've been waiting forever. If they haven't traded him already, they've been holding Pearsall for 3-4 weeks, and now he's back, and now you get this Ayuk news. I mean, if you want to sell, yes, but I don't think he's a buy because somebody who's been holding him, they're going to want it first.
He was a buy before the
correct
before the Ayuk.
He was a buy a couple of weeks ago. If you said, all right, well, hopefully he'll get.
I would have done it before the Ayuk stuff. Right?
Yeah, I don't disagree because now everybody's going to love him. I think Jennings is the buy because Jennings isn't going to cost you much.
No. If
you know what I mean?
If I'm a contender in a tight end premium league, I am going after Kittle hard.
Oh, Kittle's going to crush.
Yes. I'm doing it first.
Yep.
Easy. I've been trying.
Yeah.
No one's giving me.
Well, the problem is a lot of times with these guys that we call buys, they're already on teams that are contending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't find, and I do that. What I do is I go in a lot of my leagues.
Oh, no, I mean, I went in a guy. I offered it to a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to a guy that's actually losing. He's 4-8 or whatever. He has Kittle, and he thinks he's gonna.
Oh,
and he thinks he's gonna contend next year.
My goodness,
This moron.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. I'll
the
give you your first, dude.
Yeah.
I'll give
take
you
the first. If you're not making playoffs, take the
2026 first, dude. How do you know you're contending next year? Kittle's 32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know the value in him. That's why I'm trying to get him. But he's going to be 33 next year. Like, what do you get? Like, Come on, dude. This guy's got a hot girlfriend. He's ready to retire.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Wife. He's married.
Or wife. Yeah,
He's married. We saw that in the show receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Kittle is going to smash at the end of the year. He's going to go nuts with Purdy. Purdy's going to look for him. I think Jennings is a sneaky one because Jennings not going to cost you anything. People, don't value him long term. So it's going to be Jennings, Pearsall, and Kittle. And obviously CMC's been unreal. I like the Niners here. I think the Panthers are getting overhyped, and I think the Niners are live. The NFC is wild. I mean, the AFC is extremely weak this year. The NFC is really strong. I mean, would you be surprised if the 49ers, the Packers, the Eagles, the Bucks make a run, the Lions,
I love
the Seahawks could make a run.
I'm going Lions.
And you like Lions NFC. See, the only thing that makes me nervous is I don't think they're going to get home field. And when Goff has to go on the road in cold, bad weather, he's not the same quarterback. It's a Cali boy. So
like Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr was like that.
Yeah. They're all right.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
They're better than all those teams, man.
Really?
Yeah. And I think the Bears, mark my words, the Bears get eliminated first round.
Wow.
You hear that, Joseph?
A lot of hatred towards the Bears tonight. A lot of hatred. Sick of the Bears. The hype.
I'm hearing about it. I just heard too much about it. And I invested in them. It's not working out.
I hear you. Anybody else you want to talk about before we wrap it up? I'm going to give my official plays. Anybody else you want to talk about as a buy or a sell? Somebody you hate, somebody you love? I mean, I think we covered a lot of good stuff tonight. The NFC's wild right now. I mean, Eagles, Bears, Packers, Lions, Bucks, Rams, Seahawks, Niners. I can see any one of those teams getting on a roll.
Contender, I might grab Debo. Late second.
He's going to get the ball. Yeah, they got to throw to somebody.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I don't hate it. He's going to get the ball. They got to throw to somebody. All right, let's take one last look before I give you our official plays. We'd like to thank RJ for coming in, being a part of the show. Looks like my Wake Forest one's not going to hit. They're down 9. We had a -2.5. There's still 6.5 minutes to go. Anything can happen in basketball. If you get close with a couple minutes, anything can happen. But that one's not looking amazing. And then we go to our college football play, which was NC State plus 6.5. They're up 7-3. And they're driving right now. So we're looking pretty good on that one. So there's our 2. All right, here we go. Let's get the official plays. We're going to write them down. We're going to go through one by one, give you our official plays. We're going to zip through it. Jets and Ravens, I got nothing. No play there. Colts, Chiefs. We said look for Colts first team to score. If you can get plus money, it's not available as of right now. But we like the Colts plus 3.5. Right now, it's currently 3. I'm going to leave it alone. My one play will be we'll take the Colts to score first if we find that line out. We'll give you that in a short video if we can. Bears, Steelers. I wrote down we're taking Steelers plus 3, okay? However, it's 2.5. So if it never gets to 3, we won't grade it, okay? It will not be an official play. We will not grade it. We want 3. We don't want the 2.5. All right. Bengals plus 6.5. We love it. It's an official play. Bengals plus 6.5. We also took Chase Brown over 5.5 catches plus 160. So there's our 2 plays that we like there. If Burrow plays, it's going to drop to 3.5, 4. We got great line value. If he doesn't play, I still think we can cover. At some point, the Patriots got to come to earth. They can't keep playing like this.
Yeah, I think so.
I just think they're so overhyped. And this is the Bengals' last chance. Bengals lose this game, they might as well pack it in.
I think they're going to.
I think Bengals can keep it close. Seahawks, Titans, we had nothing. We got no play there. Seahawks good for Survivor. Just tough. That's a lot of points. Vikings. This is an official play for me. I like the Vikings plus 6 against the Packers. Let's give it one last look and see what our line is. It's been fluctuating between 6, 6.5. It is currently, 6 points, but it's trending towards 6.5. Vikings plus 6, another play. We got a lot of plays today. We're probably going to have another 10 plays. All right, that's that. Giants, Lions. All right, you got it. See you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you coming on, Richie. Just going to finish up these last plays. Giants, Lions, we got nothing. We like all the Lions players to have big games. So if you want to play their props, go ahead. And we love Tyrone Tracy as a buy in Dynasty. Jaguars, Cardinals. Did we make any plays? Yes, we did. Greg Dortch, over 39.5 receiving yards, plus 180. Greg Dortch is a play. And then we also have a play on the Cardinals. We got the Cardinals plus 3 against the Jags. All right, so there's our 2 plays from that game. Browns Raiders. We are taking the Browns plus 3.5, and we're taking over 36. Everybody and their brother is going to tell you under. Shador and Geno are going to throw the ball. Sometimes they're going to throw it to the other team. Quite often, they're going to throw it to the other team. But guess what that does? It results in great field position, and it results in a lot of scoring. Either way, one way or the other, a lot of scoring. So, and again, our theme is we don't like when good teams are favored. Good teams should not, or sorry, my God, keep saying that. When bad teams are favored. We don't like when bad teams are favored. So we like the Browns plus 3.5. I think Shador of the week in practice could surprise some people. Oh, and we got one other play in that game. Sorry. A lot of plays in this Browns game. We've got Jerry Jeudy over 49.5 receiving yards. It's plus 185. We love that play. We think that Shador is going to lock in on Jeudy. He's their best receiver. They're going to lock in. He's got great open scores. His metrics. He's one of the top guys in the league at getting open. What's a rookie quarterback want to do? Throw to the guy who's open, right? Don't force it into guys that don't have separation. Let's throw the guy who's open. All right. Falcons Saints. We got 2 plays in this game. We got Darnell Mooney. Big surprise. Darnell Mooney over 49.5. No Drake London. Kirk Cousins throwing the ball. Loves Darnell Mooney. And we like the Falcons plus 2. Falcons are getting 2 points. We think everybody thinks they're dead. Saints, bad team, should not be favored. Give me the Falcons plus 2. Let me write that down. Falcons plus 2. So we got a lot of action, baby. That's it for that game. Eagles Cowboys. We love over 47.5. Big time scoring, explosive players, but we don't have to deal with the weather elements this time. We're just going to have tons of explosive plays, tons of scoring. All right. We next have the A.J. Brown, the disgruntled A.J. Brown. RJ picks A.J. to get over 4.5 receptions. We think this is a get-right game for A.J. Brown. If he's not going to catch 5 passes in this game, when is he going to catch 5 passes, ladies and gentlemen? Good question. And then the Monday night game, we got nothing. We got nothing Bucks Rams at the moment. Listen, things could come throughout the week. So there's our official plays. Let's see how many we got. Holy mackerel, we got a lot of plays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my Lord, I've officially lost it. We got 13 plays, ladies and gentlemen. Now, please do not go out and do a 13-team parlay. Okay, I don't even know if you can do that many. I think it's like 7 or 8. Do not go do a 13-team parlay. But we like these. And a lot of our player props this week are plus money. So there you have it. There's our games. Right now, our live, one last look in on our 2 live games that we bet before they went, our live Friday night plays. And then keep an eye out for a short video tomorrow. I might take a look. I have not had time. I will take a look at some college games for tomorrow. Might have a play or 2 for you. And then if something changes with that Colts game where it becomes available, first team to score, we will let you know. Currently, NC State still 7-3 leading, getting 6.5. So we're doing really good there. Let's take one last look at this Memphis and Wake Forest game. We liked Wake Forest. Okay, Wake's cut it to 5 with 4 minutes to go. We're minus 2.5. If that game gets to, if that game's tied late in the game, anything can happen. We can still hit that 3. So there's our plays. There's our action. We'd like to thank Richie Yamaguchi, Richie Rotante, RJ, however you know him, for coming on the show. Got some great dynasty insight, some guys that we like long-term, some guys that we don't, some guys you should sell, some guys you should buy if you're trying to win that fantasy championship. Remember, like and subscribe to the channel. You'll get some more shorts. We'll be back with another show next week on Black Friday, either 6, 6:30, 7 o'clock. We will be on. It's a very big day in the golf business down here. We are slamming on Black Friday. So that's a big day for us, but I will come on because we're not going to miss it. And we may have a special. I'm thinking about it. I've got to talk with Gene Fitzmagic, the big boss, the godfather of the channel, the godfather of Hot Sports. Maybe I get a late night Wednesday show, although we do have Abby and friends. I'll have to see, or maybe I jump on with TJ and Buff Thursday, or maybe I do my own little pre-recorded or standalone show super early Thursday morning to get you ready for all the Thanksgiving games. We got 3 big Thanksgiving games. Everybody likes to bet those games. You're with the family. Everybody's around. You're cheering. Then you tell your drunk uncle, "Oh, I got the Packers -2," and everybody's rooting for it. Or you got the player prop, or you got whatever. So maybe we'll do a little something. Maybe we'll do a little Thursday morning show or late Wednesday night show or Wednesday evening show to get you fired up for Thanksgiving. If I don't see you before then or talk to you before then, have a great Thanksgiving. Stay tuned for my shorts. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell because then you get alerts when we're going live or when we're doing any kind of show. Appreciate you guys being on here. Again, thank you to Richie Yamaguchi. Have a good night, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. 13 plays. I've lost it, folks. Have a great one.